bits. How you guys doing? Welcome everybody. Welcome to our later night stream. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to be reviewing some stories with Aaron in a bit here. Super appreciate the bits, Davin. But hope you guys are doing good. Doing well. We are rapidly approaching Wednesday. Everything is effed, says Joms. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. You think that. What up, Tomato? What up, Harvey Marvy 3348? Why did you pick those numbers? Is there some significance to 3348? Inflation is wild. What'd they say about inflation? Speaking of inflation, my eyes are inflamed today. Hopefully we'll be getting better treatment for my eye thing soon. But sorry about that. It's a bit of an eyesore. How's everyone doing otherwise? We are waiting for Aaron to arrive for us to review our stories. And I think that there's even going to be some her take stuff as well. It's $8 for a sub? $8. That's not true. Is there some technical reason why you streamers always go live and then make people wait? So there are a couple reasons why streamers do this. You do it first of all to like get a crowd and to like hype them up a little bit as a kind of introductory lubricant to kind of get everyone socialized a little bit, the chat going. So it's a nice way to ease things in. Oftentimes a way to like show off like graphics and stuff like that. But also to buy time when like you're waiting for your co-host. Yo, what up? CTV. Y'all, if you don't know who CTV is, what the hell are you doing here? You ain't an OG. Critically thinking veteran. A literal day one. Look at that badge. That says first, folks. That's first. Subbed with Prime. Thank you so very much, CTV. CTV, we have to like organize another conversation. It's been a while. We gotta update. We gotta update. I don't know why my alerts aren't coming up. That's annoying. But thank you so much for the Prime sub. Oh yes, the amendment is a minor change. This was a position held by CTV that you're only allowed to do a constitutional amendment for a minor change to the Constitution, which, you know, I'm not so sure that I agree with that interpretation of the amendment procedure, but, you know, that was what he said. That's a deep cut. I guess I'll leave. Tomato, you're also a day one. Come on. Sadly, I was just wondering what happened to him. Was hoping he fucked off the internet. That's not super nice, CTV. Do you have anything to say to this person? They're kind of not putting respect on your name. And, you know, CTV is not someone who is going to suffer fools. Not someone that's going to suffer disrespect. Subs are part of management, not us working class. Real quick, we have not yet gone over the Kilmar updated habeas petition. We will be doing that, and there's other legal rulings that I'm aware of that I also want to review. There was Trump's like lawsuit against all the judges in a particular district court. Like he sued dozens of judges in a district. I forget which one it was. Okay, so now we have the cheer and my camera's not working. So this is all, everything is working perfectly. Don't you love this? All of a sudden everything's working. Okay, we're cool. So that came out and Trump lost that lawsuit. I've reviewed the alligator Alcatraz case a little bit more. It's interesting. Gotta say it's interesting. Ogre Boy says, last time I saw anything with CTV in it, he got banned for making a swastika out of a set of 4 pride flags. Yikes. Did you do this, CTV? Can't take credit for that. Was actually American Nacho, but it is simple enough to point out. Why are you doing a swastika made of pride flags? Doesn't seem very nice to the gay community. Yo, can you hear me?
Gay community doesn't really do nice stuff, I hear.
The gay community does many nice things. Many much nice things. Wait, hang on.
Name one thing.
Have you ever seen Queer Eye?
For the straight guy, I have. Why?
I haven't, but I hear it's really funny. What about musicals?
So you haven't even seen it? You were going to use it as an example of them doing good things, and you literally haven't even seen the media you're referencing. How do you know that it's nice then?
Shh, I hear it. People tell me it. One sec. Don't say another word. Don't say one more word. Boom. We did it. Everyone, we did it. We absolutely did it. The gay community has brought us all sorts of magical, mystical experiences. The gay community has brought us Republican hypocrisy stories where they're having sex with Republican senators and House representatives and then they get called out on it. That's always fun. And if we didn't have gay people, we wouldn't have those instances. You know, what's this guy's name? Larry something? Remember Larry? Who knows this guy Larry?
So to the extent that you care about, you like gay people, it's because they embarrass Republicans. They're like useful to your political agenda.
And also everyone's love is special. Everyone deserves to love whomever.
Okay, enough of your platitudes. Speaking of someone special, Zach Stu in YouTube chat, I left Pisco chat to be here. That is the correct decision to do. Thank you very much.
No!
You were previously in the wrong chat. You are now in the correct chat if you're going to watch Just Press Play, so thank you very much.
No. I don't like that. And right now, the chat competition, there's a lot of, like, negative energy in the air these days. Like, communities fighting communities, chats fighting chats. Ape must never fight ape. Do you know that? That's from that movie.
Planet of the Apes?
No, not that one.
Okay. What was it from then?
I don't know. Maybe World of the Planet of the Apes or Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, so I got the franchise right, but I got the exact movie that it's in wrong or whatever. It's in the sequel from the reboot as far as I know, but isn't it in most of them?
Ape must never fight ape. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of rivalries, and I don't know if it's very healthy these days. Not unlike...
Ape must never fight ape. Straight man must never comb hair after getting out of shower.
This is the new style. Did you know that?
Like, it's called not doing it. Yeah, the same way bald is a hairstyle, sure.
Stop trying to do this. Stop trying to... Because you're all superficial. That's a problem with you people. I didn't mean it like that.
You people.
I didn't mean it like
that.
Who?
Women? Gays?
No.
Who are we calling out
gay?
here?
You're gay? Are you coming out?
I mean, like, I'm queer, like I'm pan or whatever, but of course, you know, depending on
pan
who you
is
say,
just something
who
that
you say it to, it's not real.
It's not a real thing. Pan is just...
Okay, I literally was just, before you even got that out, I said to some people, it's not real. See, you say you care about gay people, and yet you're participating in bi pan erasure. What an ally.
I won't participate in bi erasure, but I may participate in pan erasure. Oh wait, there's more than 2 genders, so how can it be bi? If you don't
Can you figure that out in your own time, please?
What are you doing? What are you
not here?
Why are you acting? Why are you putting on airs for these people in your chat? You're not being authentic. This is not authentic.
Okay, tell me how I should be then to be authentic.
First of all, you should welcome my chat as equal to your chat in all respects. We should not have chat supremacy conversations. We shouldn't have, because the rhetoric becomes genocidal after a while. The rhetoric literally becomes like exterminate the chat, like chat supremacy, and it's both
on the chat.
Yeah, it happens on Live and
Learn.
Learn.
Chat is pissing everywhere.
It happens on Live and Learn. Now we have a 5th host on Live and Learn. Did you hear that?
Yeah, because 4 wasn't enough. Now 5's a fucking crowd. That's a lot of hosts.
That's a lot of people. I mean, I love every one of them equally. I love everyone equally, except Hutch, who's my boy, and I love him, just that little bit extra.
Why?
Because he's my boy. How can you not love your boy a little extra?
He is known to make really good jokes at his own expense.
Yes.
Very personal.
Stop doing this thing. So you're trying to instigate some fuck. This is. I don't approve of this. You're always trying this shit, and it's not gonna work.
I thought it was funny. I thought your boy's joke was funny.
It is funny. Yeah.
People are just misunderstanding it. It was funny. You should do more stuff like that. More humor like that.
How do I get more funny?
Do you have a clip of that actually, so we could share it with my chat?
No, we're not doing that. How do I get more funny?
First, work on your hair. Like this comment saying, Pisco's hair is actually wildly inconsistent since I've been following him these few months. He literally doesn't know what to do. How do you respond to this accusation?
It's not an accusation. It's a statement of fact.
Damn. Okay, so he just concedes.
Oh,
Shatter.
shit. What did I say? Sorry.
He literally doesn't know what to do.
I'm coming off a little bit of a sickness of some kind. Okay. I'm not feeling all the way there, but listen, my hair is what my hair is. Does anyone like my hair right now?
Let's do a poll.
We don't need to do it. No, just see who pipes up. Does anyone like the hair? Or do you prefer when I get it ready? Let's just pipe up.
Get it ready?
Just put it to the side. Eyebrows carry.
Okay, you brought up Queer Eye earlier. Maybe you would be a good candidate for that show. Maybe before you even watch it, you should just go on it.
Is that better?
Okay, I do. No. I like Pisco's eyebrows. I like the scruff. Hire a stylist. Kind of like a pudgy Hispanic K-pop singer. You look like RuPaul.
RuPaul? Wait,
pudgy. Yeah.
RuPaul does not look like me at all. RuPaul is bald.
Maybe one day you'll look like them.
Hutch is also bald.
That's a choice, I hear.
What do you mean you hear? What is with all this, by the way?
That on purpose.
There are people who are experts in bald exposing. They expose people who are going bald a little bit, or they try to get you in the wrong angle to be like, bald. Where's this bald police? This is kind of why men are turning to the right. Men are being ostracized and marginalized by this kind of impossible to achieve standard of masculine.
Support it.
Support what?
Correct.
What do you support?
I support men being ostracized. I support men feeling terrible about themselves. I support people watching to make sure they're going bald. I support people monitoring if they have gone on finasteride. This is all good to me. Because you know what I was told? Democrats have a lot more women, so it doesn't fucking matter if we don't get these men. So
Tom is in my chat.
I take comfort in that.
Tomfoolery shows in my chat. I have to say about Tom's stream, one of the fairest streams I've ever seen. He gets every angle of the issue. Fair. Even if that angle is preposterous, he'll get it. He'll make sure.
You're just mad that you're not a linguist, dude. You're just mad that you don't have his
He's a linguist?
bona fides. Yes, he is. Ask him.
He told me today he was a convict. Convict.
Those are not mutually exclusive.
How many convicted linguists are there?
You have one in your chat.
He's a convict.
And even if there's not very many, that only makes it more miraculous.
He also said he managed a restaurant. So he's a restaurant manager.
He also said he invented mobile detailing. He's also the inventor of the Big Boy sandwich, which you should ask him about.
What's the Big Boy sandwich?
You're so behind on the tomfoolery lore. It's really embarrassing, honestly. And I really just think that we should get to Donald Trump's big gay government, which is an article that you shared with me.
This was my story. I'm a big fan of the gays.
Okay, let me share it. To do this shit on Riverside, I'm still not used to this.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. Stop complaining.
Yeah, that's your job.
Tom says, I was convicted of linguistics. Do you talk about your conviction?
Often.
He's
one time I went on his stream, he did. So
he goes, illegal immigrants aren't allowed to work at McDonald's. I'm like, what, Tom? What are you talking about? He goes, if you're allowed to work here, you should be allowed to stay. I was like, Tom, you sound like a crazy person right now. All right. So this is my story. There are a lot of gay Republicans, believe it or not. And Trump is catering to a certain class of gay authoritarian and inviting them into his administration with gusto. To just give you one example, our Treasury Secretary is currently gay. Can you scroll down? I'm stalling right now, and you're giving me nothing. Usually you
To
move
fuck
on.
with a fucking thing.
And
Donald Trump's big gay government on the town with the A gays of Washington, who have never been happier to be out, proud, and Republican. This was published earlier today. And honestly, I should not have to editorialize the article that you sent me. I would have thought that you have already read it.
No,
and
you
so you
read
could
it. I
riff
do.
for just 10 seconds.
I
Like,
do
because you're not
riff.
capable of doing that. The whole stream falls apart because I'm messing
usually
with my
you read it.
setup
Usually
for a
you
little
read
bit.
it. Usually you read it. You read it. You always do.
Okay, shut it. Shut it. I'm going to read it. It was last Wednesday in July, and many of Washington's top players were hanging out at the Ned, a private club around the corner from the White House. The Secretary of the Navy, John Phelan, was waiting for an elevator in the lobby when he bumped into Dr. Mehmet? How do you say
Mehmet
Dr. Oz's
Oz.
first name?
Mehmet Oz.
I've never heard his first name.
'cause you're
The
racist
surgeon turned
against-
daytime TV star. Now, what was that?
Nothing.
I'm racist? Is Dr.
Yes.
Oz white? Okay.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm racist against white people.
that's a white
The surgeon turned daytime TV.
Wait, you think Iranians are white?
No. I think Iranians are Iranians.
They're Aryans. That's where the
They're
name comes
what?
from, Aryan.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah.
Awesome. The surgeon turned daytime TV star, now in charge of Medicare and Medicaid. Howard Lutnick, the Secretary of Commerce, was bouncing around the library bar upstairs. Scott Bessent, lots of awesome names.
Yep.
The Secretary of the Treasury was wandering around up there too, sitting in a brown leather armchair in the
Wait, can you
center
pause
of the
real quick?
social whirl.
I hate this. They're being homophobic a little bit here too, because they're describing gay guys as wandering and bouncing. You would never describe a straight guy as wandering or bouncing. That's just an exclusively gay verb. And I don't.
You would never describe a black person as white and a white person as black. Who cares?
Okay.
This is one of those, like, yeah, different things are different. Different things are going to be described differently, you know?
I just don't.
My grandma had wheels, she'd be a fucking bicycle.
Why are gay people having to be described as wander? Why are they just name dropping? These are prominent members. They're married, Tomato. They're married. This is public information. This is not some like outing article. You think I'm just one of these people who wants to put them on blast on a Tuesday?
And I'm pretty sure the Times has a history of doing that. So
Do
I don't
they?
think it's so unreasonable to
sorry.
think. Yeah, they've done that before.
Sorry, Tomato. Carry on.
Like back in
Tomato.
the past. I don't think this is one of them, though.
You can carry on, Tomato.
Yeah, sitting in a brown leather armchair in the center of this social world was a high-ranking official at the Department of Energy named Charles Moran. His abstruse-sounding title is Associate Administrator for External Affairs for the National Nuclear Security Administration. What this means is that he works in the part of the Energy Department that develops, tests, and keeps safe America's nuclear weapons stockpile. But that's not why the admin officials kept approaching his armchair to schmooze, or why some of the cabinet secretaries at the Ned that night seemed to be so chummy with him. Is this going to lead into like an
Pasha,
orgy? If
look,
it's not, I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
No, I just love the kind of adjectives and the flow of it. He's the pasha of a new power tribe in the capital, the gay men of the Trump administration. And by the way, I just want to remind everyone, what's Trump's like anthem? Trump's anthem is
For the opera.
Huh?
He's played Phantom of the Opera at a lot of different rallies. Or
What?
YMCA. You're going to
Yeah.
do YMCA, aren't you? Okay. there you
Yeah,
go.
which is like a gay swinger song.
What? Can a straight man enjoy YMCA?
Many have.
Yeah, many have. Donald Trump's one of them.
True.
Mr. Moran, 44, is the pasha of a new power tribe in the capital, the gay men of the Trump administration. These are the A gays. They're mostly out. They're proud to work for President Trump. Okay, so mostly. So there is some outing going on in this article. You owe further
Tomato.
apologies to your chat.
Tomato. But that doesn't mean they're being outed. They're out, they're proud, and they have big jobs inside.
They're mostly out.
What you have to read
Operative
this,
word
you
being
have to
mostly.
read this like a sassy gay, and you're not doing your job.
Sassy gay, you would never ask me to read this type of article if it pertained to straight people in a sassy way.
What's a straight
Do you know what you
accent?
have done, Pisco?
What's a straight accent?
A straight accent? I said it in a sassy. I said you wouldn't ask me to do this in a sassy way. So, just saying you would allow me to just do a standard voice.
Oh,
a standard
true. Yeah.
reading.
Okay. Do your monotone voice that everyone loves.
Working on it. Okay. They're proud to work for President Trump, and they have big jobs inside or alongside this administration. They wield influence all over town, from the Pentagon to the State Department to the White House to the Kennedy Center. We're like Visa, Mr. Moran said, everywhere you want to be.
Huh.
He sipped a dirty vodka martini and surveyed the room. Quite the visual.
Yep.
Two Republican men waved at him from across the club. Both gay, he explained.
It's amazing.
This was also true of the middle-aged Trump appointee who ambled over a moment later to
Ambled.
catch
You would
up.
never describe a straight guy as ambling or bouncing or wandering. These are all gay verbs.
I think that you're kind of just outing yourself as having a limited vocabulary if you think that these would only pertain to this article.
Name one time
or
that
not
a word has
used
been
frequently.
used to refer to a straight being.
Yesterday, in another article that I was reading in the New York Times, that was about straight people. Owned.
There was no
But
article
apparently
about
not
how many
so of
straight
the
people...
young. It's irrelevant. But apparently not so of the young-looking White House aide who approached a few minutes after that. Straight as an arrow, Mr. Moran said as the aide walked away. He laughed and added, "I hang out with my straights just as easily as I hang out with my gays." Okay, so do you want to read that and do it in like a lispy queer accent?
No. It only works if you do it.
Why? I disagree. I think you should give it a shot. Since you're the one that
If
really
I do
wants this to be presented with the theatricality it demands, since it pertains to queer people.
Theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated.
I said, no, I said, let's be queer. I did not say Bane.
But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce? Members of the League of Shadows. Sorry.
Okay, if anybody doubted that Pisco is straight, his insistence on doing Batman impressions should really confirm to you, like, really bad Batman impressions.
No, that was great.
Should confirm to you that, yeah, he is.
Theatricality and deception. Yeah. That's good. See, that's good. You just got to talk into your water.
Anyway, the most powerful out gay man in the Trump administration is Mr. Besant. There are a handful of others in the Treasury Department. Other A gays include Tony Fabrizio. This is also Italian POC representation. It's beautiful to see. We love it.
Vito, from the fucking thing. You know the Vito. If you know, you know.
The president's longtime pollster, Trent Morris, a departing deputy assistant to the president, Richard Grinnell, who was put in charge of the Kennedy Center, and Jacob Hellberg, an undersecretary of state. These are just some. There are lots of other lesser-known men who make up the tribe.
Can I read next? Can you popcorn to me? I haven't gotten a chance to read it all.
Go for it.
They're overwhelmingly white and tend to have a certain kind of look. Closed cropped haircuts, window pane suits, golf shorts. They're not the type to be telling anyone their pronouns or using the word, quote, queer. And they aren't the least bit offended that the leader of their party continues to stoke a moral panic about transgender people.
Stroke?
Stop.
Get your mind out of the fucking gutter. Jesus Christ. We do one article that centers gay people. And all of a sudden, you're just reading all of this hypersexual innuendo into it. You cannot help it.
I'm not. They're gay, but
I thought you were an ally.
I've always been an ally. I always am an ally. Always shall be.
Jeez, Pisco. Whoa, chill with the casual homophobia. Just chill, okay?
No one got that reference when I did it.
They're gay, but they're still Republicans. What's that?
Never mind. It's not important.
No, go back. What were you going to say?
If you know, you know. It was part of the debate with counterpoints and other people.
What debate?
It's just a debate I had.
Okay. Life and hostile territory. Hostile territory? I would think that the Trump administration welcomes queer people with open arms. It's a Big Ten, clearly. If, we talk a lot about like pink washing, rainbow capitalism. How come nobody talks about rainbow fascism currently in the White House?
This is very well known. It is very well known, I have to say, because the Nazis, full of gays. Ernst Röhm, head of the SA, killed with his gay lover on the night of the long knives. You need to know this. The SA. This was the brown shirts. The head of the paramilitary organization. No
And I
one
guess
knows
here
this.
we call them what, like log cabin Republicans?
Yeah.
There's other words that some people would use. Starts with an F.
You know
Also
my
means
favorite
bundle of sticks.
my favorite gay Republican?
Who?
Rod from Avenue Q.
I thought you were gonna name an actual gay Republican, like Lindsey Graham or something.
Whoa. Careful with the remark there. He's not out.
What, did I just out Lindsey Graham?
Just
Yeah, my
saying.
apologies. Mr. Moran knows a lot of them because he's been going on the Trump train, as he put it from the beginning. In 2015, back when the Republican establishment was still trying to thwart Mr. Trump, Mr. Moran said that he and some other gay Republicans he knew became intrigued by the brash New Yorker's history of saying nice things about gay rights. Don't you think that this is a microaggression from the New York Times to say gay Republicans instead of Republicans that are gay?
Oh, like would you say?
You've never heard that discourse?
No, I haven't.
Really? It usually pertains to like disabled people. Like you're not supposed to say like people, disabled people. You're supposed to, or like handicapped people. You're supposed to say people with a disability.
This is also
Like,
stupid.
it's called person first language.
I'm so sick of these safe spaces, these euphemisms. I'm just done with it. Can't we just say what we mean and mean what we say? I mean,
And gay Republicans.
have you ever, you know, they used to have this term. Never mind.
What? What term?
You can't say stewardess anymore. Say, excuse me, stewardess.
Oh, like a flight attendant?
Excuse me. What's wrong with that word?
I don't know. Why don't you ask a flight attendant next time you're in the air?
I'm
See
just
if they appreciate being called that. Why don't you ask somebody in the field directly?
I'll be like, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I worked in the industry. Not that I did. I'll just lie about that, I guess. Who
Very
wants
cool.
to work at an airline? That sounds like hell. You're just on a plane for your job all day, and you don't even
Someone
get
says-
paid well.
Kramer moment incoming. Is this going to be a reality soon?
No. You try to fucking spurn that on me by making me do a offensive stereotype voice.
Yeah, I made you embarrass yourself. That's so true, King. Mm-hmm. What happened to, we don't need a safe space. We can say whatever the fuck we want. 2 seconds later, you're the one that made me do that. I wasn't going to fucking say that. Then just say it. Just say it, okay? These gay Republicans, these goddamn
Peter
homos,
Thiel.
and MAGA.
Whoa. Peter Thiel was.
What, you said you wanted to go there, so let's fucking go
Do you
there.
remember when Trump hugged the pride flag? That was a healing
No,
moment.
I remember when he hugged the American flag and gave it a big old kiss at CPAC.
That's the moment he became the American president. The other moment
Okay,
he became
but
the
he never
American.
had. When did he
the
hug
other
a
moment
pride
he,
flag?
The other
He
moment,
held one up on a
the
stage, I
other
think, but I don't
moment-
think he ever held one.
The other moment he became the American president is when he bombed Syria. Those were the two moments in which he became the American president. Do you know what I'm referencing?
No.
Van Jones was like crying because Trump bombed Syria, and he's like, "This is the moment where Trump becomes the American
Oh wait, I
president."
do remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I mean, the media was disgusting in 2016. They still are, but they were waiting for him to like pivot and be presidential, and him bombing Syria was a way of demonstrating like, hey, maybe there's some possibilities here.
He's acting very presidential.
What a statesman.
I mean,
He should get a Nobel Peace Prize.
Obama should not have accepted that prize. That's wild.
Why not?
That is wild. What
Who
did
are
he-
you to tell a black man not to accept a lifetime achievement like a Nobel Peace Prize? Pisco.
What pieces he brought?
What was it? What was he given the Nobel Peace Prize for specifically? And that
Who the
fucking
hell
thing doesn't
knows?
really have that much prestige. I
Running
mean, Henry
on
Kissinger
ending
has a
the-
fucking Nobel Peace Prize.
So does Teddy Roosevelt. And
Case
Teddy
in point.
Teddy was a warmonger in many other aspects of his life. He famously charged in Cuba with the
It's
Light
almost
Brigade.
like these
Just kidding.
prizes don't really mean much except to the like liberal elite circuit, like not even liberal, just the elite circles that, you know, to the people that are within that circle and it matters.
You're
to.
so
It's the
above it
equivalent
all.
of-
You're so cool.
Because a Nobel Peace Prize, especially when you can look at the past recipients, it's just silly to me. It's like getting a blowjob for getting a blowjob. I don't understand why, like, you know, they're just being handed out left and right. It seems like the threshold for getting one is pretty low, or being terrible sometimes outright.
You are a sad, sad little man. And you have my pity. Anyway, keep reading. That's also a reference.
Isn't it sad, strange little man?
Oh,
Not
shit.
sad.
God damn it.
Fucking pathetic. Can't even quote Toy Story correctly. Okay. What are we? What are we doing? Yeah, Mr. Moran said that he and some other gay Republicans he knew became intrigued by the brash New Yorker's history of saying nice things about gay rights. These men had experienced homophobia from their fellow Republicans at one point or another, so I, for one, am shocked. So they saw Mr. Trump's ascendance as something new, especially after the 2016 RNC when Peter Thiel was given a primetime speaking slot and used it to endorse Mr. Trump, saying, "I am proud to be gay. I am proud to be a Republican. But most of all, I am proud to be an American. I am lucky to be understood as a human being, despite being very, very off-putting and uncanny valley-esque is what really he should have been saying.
Identity politics.
I mean, they're great at cynically weaponizing the shit the Democrats should take.
Very
notes.
true.
Mr. Moran was in the front row when that happened. He recalled bracing for boos or a walkout. Instead, there was big applause, and he ended up helping out all three of Mr. Trump's campaigns. Along the way, he met the various members of the Trump family, all of whom he treated him with the respect that couldn't always be expected from Republican power brokers of the past, he said.
I mean, his whole, outlook, his rules were heavily influenced by Roy Cohn, well-known gay man, gay lawyer.
Sorry, Roger Stone told me that he was not gay. He was a man who had sex with men. Difference.
What's the difference? That reminds me of that
clip.
That's
an actual designation.
You know that clip where it's like, I don't have relationships with men, or I have relationships with women. I have sex with men. And then someone, I think is it Ice Cube? He's like, I got news for you. That means you're gay. You know what I'm talking about?
No. You don't even seem to know what you're talking about. You can't even reference what it is.
It's some kind of show. Oh, it is a designation. MSM.
Engage in sexual activity with other men regardless of their sexual orientation or identity. This was created by epidemiologists in the 90s to better study and communicate the spread of STIs such as HIV and AIDS between all sexually active males, not strictly those identifying as gay, bisexual, pan, or various other sexualities, but also, for example, male prostitutes. The term is often used in medical literature and social research to describe such men as a group. It does not describe any specific kind of sexual activity, and which activities are covered by the term depends on context. The alternative term, males who have sex with males, is sometimes considered more accurate in cases where those described may not be legal adults. And I remember that, let's see, if I search Roy Cohn.
Yep.
There's a point, I think in here, they talk about his sexuality. If I put Roger Stone.
Just search gay.
Here. In a 2008 article published in The New Yorker, Jeffrey Toobin quotes Cohn associate Roger Stone. Roy was not gay. He was a man who liked having sex with men. Gays were weak, effeminate. He always seemed to have these young blonde boys around. It just wasn't discussed. He was interested in power and access.
Very interesting. What do you think about that?
I think it's massive, massive cope, and I don't understand.
I
do understand. The sexual pathologies of MAGA, the right in general, forbids them from being able to just contend with the fact that, yes, some men among their ranks, it is possible for them to be gay and, effeminate, and yet nonetheless still on the same page as you with respect to, putting what's her name in the electric chair? I don't understand
the Rosenberg. So let me correct what I just said. Trump's advisor, his inspiration wasn't a gay man. It was a man who had sex with young blondes, according to Roger Stone.
What's next? Birthing persons?
I know. It's
crazy times we're living in. First it was men who have sex with men. Next it'll be birthing people.
I would never call Anna a birthing person. Now that she's told me she doesn't want to be called that, and she hasn't told me specifically. She just sort of told the universe that.
She told purveyors of her ex account.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she didn't like that. So I would never go to her take if we were to be invited. And by the way, we should at some point try to make that happen, right? But if we did, I think we would be absolutely upholding the highest standard of decorum. We wouldn't bring up birthing person. We wouldn't do any of that stuff.
Speak for yourself.
You would call her a birthing person? On the way out or on the way in?
As necessary, as needed. Tactical invocation of birthing people will be occurring, most likely.
And tactical...
But when it's going to happen, I can't say.
Okay.
Got to keep them guessing. There were some gay appointees during the first Trump administration, but it wasn't like now. Mr. Trump initially arrived in Washington as a true outsider. He had to draw from the disparate parts of the old GOP he had vanquished in order to staff his government. This time around, he had his own establishment. As it turns out that the MAGA establishment, has a lot more openly gay men than the Republican establishment than came before it. I do like that they specify more openly gay men, not that it's actually populated with any more gay men. There's probably far more gay Republicans than we realize. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah, many of the major Republican influencers are themselves gay. Milo Yiannopoulos, Nick Fuentes, Benny Johnson, Trump himself.
Benny Johnson gay?
Well, I think this is according to Kyle Kalinske. So I'm hearing it from Kyle Kalinske, who said on one of his videos that Benny Johnson was like, hey, what are with all these like gay cruising ads that I'm getting? Are they trying to push an agenda? Like not knowing that
so your citation for someone's sexuality is Kyle
Kalinske.
I do like that, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Kalinske.
He would know.
Whoa. I can message Kyle and let him know you said that.
That wasn't me saying that Kyle is
You're
gay.
like,
it was me saying that Kyle's in the fucking know.
Yeah, he's in the know.
No, because Kyle's a newscaster.
Yeah, that's
commentary
why. That's
guy.
what you
would
meant.
know.
Nice save.
The Babylon Bee guy said that, like, I don't know what happened. Somebody was found on Grindr. Maybe it was like Jack Posobiec or something like that.
Ooh.
And the Babylon Bee guy is like, this is what libs always do to us. They just sign us up for these like gay, like dating apps or whatever to embarrass us. You know, I thought that was interesting.
That's kind of
Perhaps
a brilliant
some
response.
Arguments.
Yeah, that's a brilliant
defense. I mean, some insight into, arguments he might have had with his wife. Why do you have this Grindr? Why do you have Grindr on your phone?
Oh,
and
someone,
he was like, the libs
someone
did
came and downloaded it. And then
Not just someone, the libs put me on it, yeah.
And then someone liked all of these pictures of gay men, so I got recommended gay cruising ads. Someone did this as a prank.
In 2019, Mr. Moran took over Log Cabin Republicans, the gay Republican group, aligning it fully with the MAGA movement and increasing its ranks. He stepped down in January after nearly 5 years, hoping he would be rewarded with a job in the incoming administration, though he didn't expect it would involve nukes. Although he is now very busy learning the interior workings of the National Nuclear Security Administration, he said he felt a certain responsibility to continue looking after the quote-unquote community of gay MAGA Republicans he spent nearly a decade cultivating. One might say grooming.
These verbs are incredibly problematic.
Okay. What's with all this PC bullshit? I don't understand why.
I'm just noticing like cultivation, ambling, wandering.
Okay, then shut the fuck up about person first language, because you literally are like reading in between the lines and grasping at straws to try to find some sort of microaggression or slight against gay people in this article.
Read the rest. Read it.
He keeps a spreadsheet with dozens of names and titles of other gay compatriots working inside the administration. I love it when I find out there's somebody new.
God, they're like doing all the tropes. They're like,
he's the one
these
that said it.
sex-crazed maniacs.
They didn't make them say it. Wait, sex-crazed maniacs? What? How did you?
That's what they're
now
implying.
Now you're just telling on yourself. That is, you are.
That's
no,
what they're
you're implying.
That's what you are.
That is what
you did.
You're implying.
You said it.
You read that into it.
You read it into it.
I love it when I find out there's somebody new.
Why would you love that?
I guess no other reason than to fuck them, according to you.
You said it.
No, you said it. Part
maybe.
of the A-gays' power when it comes from the fact that they mostly stick together. Even within the bureaucracy is overwhelming, Mr. Moran said. I love having this community as a resource. Love my gay squad to like help me understand like the bureaucracy of like the nuclear administration better. Back in the day, these groups had to be closed off and hidden, but now we use it as a tool. Just the other day, he recalled a gay acquaintance of his was trying to figure out who in the government. This is some like, how many gays does it take to like set off the nukes?
Can I ask you, do you feel any kind of way about a bunch of sassy gays being in charge of our nukes? Are you cool with that? You cool with that?
They're girl bossing it up. Yes. How do you feel about it?
I feel like these kind of gays, that is to say, MAGA gays.
MAGA gays, right? Immediate clarification.
They are.
Wouldn't want to,
They might be
anybody.
They might be the class of human being that hates women the most. Do you find that is true?
I don't think anybody's ever going to outclass straight men or cisgender men when it comes to that. They are,
they're the
number one by far.
They win the Olympic medal every. I think
this is
time.
a case. I don't think it's not even close. I mean, you think that they're not even like a distant second. I think that to the extent that you're reading that wrong, it's like some people are so far behind that they actually think they're leading. And that's what you're doing with like gay people as far as like misogyny.
Gay Republicans are more venomous with their sexism. They like legit say shit that terrify me and make me think that
These scheming gays.
No,
yeah, correct.
I'm not saying all. I'm just saying this kind of elite MAGA gay. That's all I'm saying. And you know what?
The elite
Liberal
gay
surrender
MAGA
hands.
super soldier.
I shouldn't have said that. I retract it. That was wrong. I surrender.
Can't spell Pisco without PC.
Is that a comment? You got to tell me when it's a comment. You can't just.
Why?
You can't pass off chat's jokes as your own. That's appropriating the means of production of the masses.
You always credit your chatters anytime you say something.
I always do. Always would. That's their property.
Of course, yeah. This is Mr. Liberal Surrender Hands. So
that's their property. I'm not gonna steal their property. You wouldn't steal a fucking limousine.
Okay. Why go there?
I mean, you wouldn't steal it. I'm just
saying.
I
know that's not like a saying.
You wouldn't steal a house. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal. This is a thing. It's a reference.
Okay, now you're just reading off that like anti-piracy ad.
I'm not reading off anything. I'm not. My hands are right here. You think I Googled anti-piracy thing to read off of it? And don't say remembering is reading off.
I was not going to say that. He called and was like, hey, do we have somebody at such and such agency? They had somebody. They had a gay acquaintance. They had the gay acquaintance hook them up. But there is kind of a paradox about these men's existence in Washington. They live in the gayest city in America, which is also pretty much the most Trump-hating city in America. The gay men who work for him here are keenly aware.
Oh, Washington, my bad.
Yeah. The gay men who work from here are keenly aware that they're in hostile territory, surrounded by other gay men who consider them self-deluded traitors or worse. At gay bars around town and on dating apps, they're either iced out or confronted about the things his president has said and done. He cut AIDS relief around the world and HIV vaccine research and funding for LGBTQ suicide prevention services. He called drag shows anti-American. His defense secretary announced during Pride Month the Navy vessel named after Harvey Milk would be renamed. Perhaps most worrying for many gay people is how conservative the Supreme Court has become now thanks to Mr. Trump. Could same-sex marriage go the way of Roe? It's not out of the question.
And we covered before the attempt to bring this before the Supreme Court, and it hasn't been granted. But Super Chat, thank you so much. Pisco, 5 years from now. Okay, guys, I was just starting out. Your jokes are mine. I don't care. I would never appropriate your jokes, to be clear. But yeah, we covered the, what's her name? Kelly something? Kim Iverson. Kim? Kim.com.
Isn't Kim Iverson that, like, RT journalist?
Who? It's some Kim.
Okay, but I don't think it's Kim. Somebody put Kellyanne Conway? Is that what you're talking about?
The person who brings the case. The marriage, you know this person. The officiant.
Oh, Kim Davis.
Kim Davis. Oh. What did I say?
Kim Iverson is like a propagandist, no?
Oh. Maybe.
You'll like know this woman when I search her up. Hold on. Kim Iverson. Let's check.
Oh. I remember this person.
Yes.
She's like probably in the lower first decile of IQ among
She's like
commentators.
Adjacent to like Matt Taibbi, Michael Tracy, like that type
exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And you brought Michael Tracy onto your show, did you not? Give a fawning interview.
Fawning? I wouldn't say fawning. Searching interview.
What would you say?
I would say a polite and positive interaction of mutual respect.
And would you do that with Kim Iverson next if she had a good take on a topic that you happen to agree with her on?
Well, I would say if it works in our synergistic best interest, I don't know why not.
I like that attitude. It's a good way to look at it. And like somebody said, Kim Iverson is a baddie. So that's already reason alone to have her on your show. Gay Trump appointees interviewed for this article.
I don't think of women like that. I don't think of women like objects to be paraded.
Well, that wasn't my idea. I just got it from chat, and you said that that's all proprietary. So me repeating that was not really me endorsing it. I was merely stating it and quoting someone else. So I don't have to worry about that. Gay Trump appointees interviewed for this article, some of whom said they weren't authorized to speak on the record. Gee, wonder why. Wonder why they would fear for their job if they spoke for this article. Dismiss such opprobrium as overheated liberal whining. They argue that the battle for gay rights has basically been won, and that there has never been a Republican as friendly to the gays as Donald J. Trump. Aren't they themselves proof that this is so?
That true?
They ask.
Can we apply a critical lens here and say that Trump is the most pro-gay Republican president that we've had?
I mean, who's the most like pro-black slaver? You know, this is an absurd question to me. I think that really you have
What's
they're all
absurd
hostile
about
to
it?
gay because
No,
they're all
it's-
hostile to queer
But
rights
I did
and
have
equality.
breakfast.
It's just
But I did have
scam-
breakfast. But I did have. I'm asking among the Republican
No,
presidents.
it's an absurd category.
It's not an absurd. It's not a category. It's a ranking.
It's an absurd ranking. Who is the nicest SS officer? Who is the kindest? Who is the least anti-Semitic?
You could make such a list.
Okay, get started. Go. Top 10. Top
Rudolph-
10 least anti-Semitic Nazis. Pisco, go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Rudolf Hess.
Okay. He was the architect. He was like an architect of the Nazi Holocaust, but okay, off to a great start. Who's number 2?
How was he able to do that when he wasn't at the Swansea conference and was captured by the British?
Dude, literally the zone of interest guy who was like a commandeer of Auschwitz.
That's Oskar Schindler.
No.
He was a member of the Nazi Party.
Yeah. Why didn't you start with him? Why did you start with an actual? Why did you start?
I don't know.
Okay. Continue though.
Okay.
You're doing really, really well.
It's not Martin Bormann. Who's Hitler's architect? It's not Martin Bormann. It's
Your subject. This is your ranking. This is your area of expertise. Himmler? I have somebody volunteering.
No. Himmler is the head of the SS. Delete that person from your chat. That person is a provocateur.
Goebbels?
No, Goebbels is the propaganda minister. I want the architect. His literal architect friend.
No. But I mean, really, what we're still ranking
Albert
like the least
Speer.
anti-Semitic Nazis.
Albert Speer. He apologized, I think. No. I kill the bus driver. Bus driver? What bus driver?
So he apologized?
What? I think he did.
For what? You just said that confidently and I pushed you on it and you immediately backed off of it. So what did he apologize for exactly?
For all the stuff.
And what does that absolve?
For all the things he did. He helped Hitler build stuff.
Well, anti-Semitism gone on a fucking stretcher. I can probably
All right,
left
so
his
now
body the second that he said that.
answer among Republicans, do you think that Donald Trump is, among the Republican leaders, presidents here I'm talking about, the most pro-gay?
I don't think so, no.
Name
And it really is hard for me to disaggregate that. Like, if we're solely looking at gay rights, just for, like, literally homosexual Americans, maybe there's some case to be made, but he is so hostile to trans people, and I'm looking generally at, like, LGBTQ+, like, all of that I don't see it as, like meaningful. That
people
maybe he's been sort of indifferent towards gay people, but, like, with his hostility towards trans people, I think just puts him in a different category.
I want to make a point here. Under-inclusiveness is definitely a problem. That is, lack of tolerance for a group that should be tolerated. But sometimes I think over-inclusiveness is a problem. When we use the term gay to now mean everything that is LGBTQI+, it's an over-inclusiveness problem. Similar to the term Native American. I've heard that some tribes prefer to be called Indians, American Indians, because it refers to a specific subset that has a shared common history in the continental United States. And similar, I don't know that we can just use the term gay and pretend as though the experiences are translatable uniformly across LGBTQI.
No one's pretending. It's true, man.
Well, I just thought that needed to be said, and I'm glad I said it, and I stand
so
by
are you
it.
outing yourself as a trans exclusionary gay ally?
No,
right now?
I think both should be included in anything we say, but we shouldn't conflate
in separate
them.
discussions.
No, we shouldn't.
Separate but equal.
We should not conflate them, is what I'm saying.
No one is conflating them.
Well, I mean, someone could get the impression that you just were.
They'd be an idiot. Seemed like you had that impression briefly. Are you an idiot?
It's called the precautionary principle. I didn't want anyone, including idiots, to get that wrong impression, regardless of...
Precautionary principle. That's a cute way to frame being overly defensive.
No one's
Did you
defensive.
just think of that right now, or that's like some actual thing that exists?
It's something that someone said sometime. And I just said
They
it.
call all of us gay. This is also true. Do you think that this distinction is something that really, really matters to any of the people that are surrounding these gay MAGA Republicans? You know, they're all F-slurs in their mind.
We should not
So to me,
contribute. We should not contribute to that by erasing the beautiful different shades of the rainbow. As it comes
I'm not
to,
erasing. I'm arguing for it to be included in the conversation about like
Well, I'm just
how
saying
hostile a president is to gay Americans.
your use of terms implies otherwise.
I think your interpretation is completely fucked and completely disagree, but we can agree to disagree.
I don't know what people mean by that. We agree to disagree.
It means we're not hashing this out right now. Waste of time. Waste of air.
You know what was a waste of air?
You. So you didn't have an answer to that.
That one stung.
Okay. Mr. You know, again, we need to drop this PC bullshit. People need to like grow some thick skin or whatever. Is like can't
Just
take
keep
a
reading the
fucking
article.
can't
Keep
take his balls
reading.
being busted. Got it.
Keep
I love
reading.
the gays. There have always been gay men in power in Washington, but they were rarely open about it. The plot of the most famous novel ever written about this place, Advise and Consent, revolves around a gay senator who got blackmailed. A few years ago, a Washington journalist named James Kerchick published Secret City, The Hidden History of Gay Washington, a sprawling definitive history on the subject. Being gay was the worst thing you could be in American politics, Mr. Kerchick said one recent afternoon over lunch at the Bombay Club, the Clinton-era power lunch spot across the street from the White House.
Clinton,
He
by
recalled
the way,
famous quote about...
Don't ask, don't tell. Clinton.
Yes. But what was the alternative to that?
Tell and get your ass fired.
Okay, so do you think that, like, given where attitudes were in the country, it would have been feasible for him to push it any further than he did?
Yeah.
Do you feel this way with Obama as well?
No.
He wasn't openly in support of gay rights until the
He-
polling passed 50%.
He was being strategic.
Okay, but Bill Clinton's not being strategic.
It's in the eyes. The eyes tell it all.
You just don't like Bill Clinton. I fucking hate Bill Clinton. I think he's literally one of the
And you
worst
love
modern
him?
like presidents in modern day history.
I don't like Bill
But
Clinton.
I do think that you're pulling out a different, you know, metric for him because you don't want to give him any credit.
I give him credit for stuff. The man got some shit done. He bombed places that needed to be bombed, some places that didn't need to be bombed. And when he bombed that
You heard
medicine,
to name any?
when he bombed that medicine facility in, where was it? Algeria, Libya, one of those countries in that region of the world. Where was it? Someone tell me which was the facility making the medicine that he bombed. Someone tell it before. Aaron calls me out and says that's fake. That never happened, but he definitely did bomb a medical facility or someone making drugs. Just give me the answer as fast as you can. Google it and just let me know what it is, and then we'll get to it. We'll get to it, and then I'll win this exchange.
Any day now.
No, it's not Moravia. That's not a real place. I'll get it for you.
Jordan 4.
Sorry for. Hey, then why is they color it blue? What? I can't. I'm gonna talk to him again. I don't know.
I
what
love how I referenced the movie, but you just referenced the Drew Pavlou debate. the more relevant part to reference.
All right, keep going.
The Clinton-era lunch spot across the Bombay Club, the Clinton-era power lunch spot across the street from the White House. He recalled a famous quote about politics spoken in 1983 by Edwin Edwards, the Louisiana Democrat who bragged, "The only way I can lose this election is if I'm caught in bed with either a dead girl or a live boy." You like that joke?
During the Clinton administration, the U.S. bombed the Al-Shifa pharmaceutical factory in Sudan in 1998, and as part of a wider NATO campaign in 1999, damaged or destroyed several hospitals in Serbia. I don't know why.
Someone in my chat instantly, when you were like spacing out, said Sudan, but I don't want to see it, just to see how long it would take for anybody in your chat to volunteer the correct answer. Straightaway call him out from getting all of his Clinton opinions from the Hitchens book. Ooh, is this
Not
true?
true. Not at all true.
Did you get it all from No One Left to Lie To?
No, not at all true. No, I don't like Clinton for Ira. I don't think Hitchens talks about Ira in that book. I don't like Clinton for policy
uses
on
very,
welfare
very little to
reform.
launch his polemics.
What's that?
I'll be honest. Hitchens uses very, very little to launch his polemics.
What do you mean he uses very little? I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, he will take, like, one fact and then from there, like, rhapsodize a lot. If you see his indictment of Mother Teresa, it's like, she had this image of her. She was so narcissistic because of this. And he, like, just goes off on, like, just, like, one little
Did
thing.
I bring up Mother Teresa? I'm just saying, Mike Clinton...
No, I'm saying you're asking for an example of when Hitchens did that. I literally gave an example, and then you just said, was I talking about Mother Teresa? I'm sorry, is your brain okay? Why did you just say, did I bring up Mother Teresa? You asked me to do it.
I didn't ask for anything. You're going
There's
crazy.
a stroke happening
Stop.
right now. Forget. You need to unpin the PPD one. You're going to clip this moment, and you're going to upload that instead, and you're going to pin that as the stroke of the week.
No one's going to get it. You're losing this. You're trying to gaslight me. It's not working. My whole audience is, they're onto you. They know what you're about. Keep reading.
Yeah, communism. Mr. Kerchik, 41, said one way to see how much these things have changed in recent years was to look at what things were like under the most recent Republican president before Mr. Trump, George W. Bush. There were high-ranking gay people in that administration, but they had to be very discreet about it, he said. Unlike us, that, again, have to contribute to this article anonymously for fear of professional retribution. It was tough, and there was a lot of outing at the time. What did outing lead to? And who was more likely to be the perpetrator?
Larry Craig,
of
that was his name. Larry Craig. He went to a bathroom, and his whole career was ruined because he tried to pick up a male prostitute in a bathroom at an airport. And it was
a guy trying to be a dude.
It was a cop. He's like, I have a wide stance. And then he pleaded guilty.
Wait.
He pleaded
wide
guilty.
Stance?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to be in defense of, or like explain, or what?
I'm told, male prostitute solicitation circles. If you adopt,
So you don't know. So you don't know this from personal experience?
No. This is what I'm
If
told.
you did, would you be ashamed? You wouldn't be proud?
Well, I think hiring a male escort for oral sex at an airport bathroom isn't exactly in keeping with our highest moral ideals, Aaron. I don't know. Do you?
Yeah. And lawyers are definitely always trying to keep in line with higher moral ideas. They are just a superior class of people. Don't you agree?
I think lawyers are the scum of the earth.
That includes you, right?
Yeah, it does. I didn't want to talk about that, but...
Then agree. So continue casting judgment upon this person that, solicited a prostitute at an airport or something.
He was a hypocrite. He was pushing anti-gay legislation. He was the biggest hypocrite of them all. And then he pleaded guilty to trying to, touch the wee-wee of a male prostitute.
So the hypocrisy is the issue. You're literally doing the Bill Burr thing where...
What's the Bill Burr thing?
They're like, the biggest thing that gets me about the Catholic Church scandal is just the fucking hypocrisy. And he was like, really? Not the abuse of children?
Well, I mean, if you're just an out gay guy who's not pushing for problematic legislation.
So you don't think that there's a victim involved in sex work or prostitution? So in that exchange.
Well, it depends.
That was
I'll never categorically say one way or the other. There are some people like Andrea Dworkin.
I'm not asking you to. I'm saying in this specific circumstance.
There are some feminists who think that there is some kind of...
I don't really care about some feminists' opinion. I care about this feminist's opinion.
Power hierarchy engaged in the mere act of sex alone. He's engaging some aspect of problematic sexist behavior.
Okay, but I don't want Andrea Dworkin's opinion. I want Pisco Liddy's opinion. So.
Yeah, well, who's to say? On some days, I think that there's
You are the biggest fucking weasel I have ever fucking met. Jesus Christ. You really, really are living, proving in real time why lawyers are the fucking scum of the earth.
Why don't you adopt a controversial position? Are you okay with gay prostitution or not?
I'm fine with it.
You think you should be able to pick up a gay hooker in an airport bathroom, even if you're a Republican senator pushing for anti-gay legislation?
Yep. Does the law suddenly not apply to hypocrites? Because at that point, then the law doesn't protect anybody.
I don't know. I just think that's maybe a little bad. I don't know. Maybe I think that's a little bad. Call me
So if
Old-fashioned.
you're homophobic, that the law should not apply to you. It should apply to you
You
in a different
shouldn't
way.
be able to have gay sex if you're homophobic.
Says Pisco. Yeah, just keep stewing on that one for a little bit. Why don't you let it marinate and then come back? Mr. Kerchik has been a vocal critic of Mr. Trump, but he did note one important difference when it comes to this president. Trump himself is obviously a huge part of what's happened. He's clearly comfortable around gay people. Again, they use themselves as an example. Before his political turn, Mr. Trump mostly talked publicly about gay people the way one might expect of a New Yorker in show business. He once asked a contestant of The Apprentice if he was a homosexual. When the man said that he was, Mr. Trump replied, "I like steak. Somebody else likes spaghetti. That's why they have menus in restaurants. It's a great world."
That's actually that's a nice sentiment.
Laissez-faire attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. This is like no different than Tony Soprano being like actually ambivalent towards the fact that Vito was gay, but insanely racist for whatever reason or whatever. I mean, people are
We'll talk
have
to
multiple
him,
layers.
get him some therapy, some treatment. Why don't you go pick us up some sandwich?
Is that your best Tony Soprano impression? Yeesh.
Whoa!
Aren't you a New Yorker? Can't you do better than that?
He's from Jersey. Fake fan. Fake
Oh,
fan.
But I'm saying your proximity to Jersey should make it so that you're better now.
I just think that you're doing New Jersey erasure. Any New Jersey citizens.
I just think
in
that
the
you
chat,
can't do Tony
Jersey
Soprano accent. You're
erasure.
desperately trying to distract from
New
that.
Jersey. So you just think New Jersey's like part of New York, and I'm not going to stand here for it. New Jersey is its own thing. They are there.
It is its own thing,
We
but
are
it's very,
here.
very close.
And they're their own people. They have their own culture. And
It's a very us versus them mentality you're adopting here.
no, I respect New Jersey. You want to pretend that New Jersey is the same as New York. First of all, she was a hua. That's pretty good, right?
No.
That was pretty good.
No. You're going to read this. Okay, you're going to read the quote. Mr. Trump replied in the Tony Soprano voice. Go.
Hang on, okay, ready? I like steak. Someone else likes spaghetti. That's why they have menus in restaurants. It's a great work of art. Pretty good.
It's a world, so you can't even like multitask doing this. This is like taking 110% of your like brain power to be able to do even a terrible impression of Tony Soprano.
Hang on. Camilla.
And you had to. It's not Camilla. I'm the fake fan, and I'm the fake fan. It's Carmela.
It's the accent. I know, obviously. Can we just move on?
He needs more lisp and spit in his mouth.
I met someone. Sorry, now I'm doing the.
I don't think you're willing to go there. I think you really do need to like lean into the fact that it does sound like he has a speech impediment. Honestly,
You do it better. You can't do any voice.
I can do a lot of voices. I can do one of your most recent co-hosts, actually. I can do an IRI impression.
All right, do it.
I need to think of like something. What's something that he would say? Give me something for him to say, and then I'll repeat it back to you in the IRI voice.
Hang on.
Oh, now you gotta upstage me by doing your own. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, go.
No, we're gonna do it together. I think it's great. Newsom's really bringing out the big guns.
You
That's
have
great.
the like inflection there, but I don't know that you have like the voice, the vocal
We watch some
quality there.
C-SPAN. I do some debates.
You're getting further and further from it.
I was close.
I think you're overthinking it. You're
Yeah.
overthinking it.
You do it.
Okay, so wait a minute. I'm not mad at MAGA voters. They're my fellow Americans.
Terrible. It started pretty good.
I want to laugh too much. I can't do it justice right now.
I think the Democrats will be fine. This is great. We're unified. Kamala's going to do wonderful.
LMAO terrible. Mine was terrible. I can't do it right now because I want to laugh too much, and I can't think of like something that he would say. I need to think of something that he would say. He allowed gay people to join Mar-a-Lago and other clubs in Palm Beach still discriminated. One associate of his said that in the period when Mr. Trump was preparing to become a presidential candidate, he privately explained his thinking on gay-related policy issues, such as marriage equality, this way. I love the gays. They pay the most for the weddings.
What does that mean?
What? I have no fucking clue. I guess he's saying that like they they spend frivolously. They're great paying customers. I don't know. But then he went on to pick as his running mate Indiana Governor Mike Pence, who had a long record of opposing gay rights.
True.
But I guess should this be factored in when we're trying to rank and decide which Republican is the...
Pence was marginalized. He was made the COVID czar.
And he's not even like a doctor. So that's him being marginalized. You see the vice president being put into a prominent role during a global pandemic that he's not qualified for as him being marginalized and not him being elevated.
He obviously did that just so anything that goes wrong, he could blame it on Pence.
He could do that without appointing him to that position. You know that.
He wanted to have a COVID czar that he could put the blame on.
You think if that position didn't exist or that he didn't appoint him to it, that he wouldn't be like, Mike Pence is the one. This is from the guy who, again, he got his followers to chant what exactly?
I don't know.
The dude was a scapegoat from day. He was going to be a scapegoat from day one. I don't see him needing to be put in this position.
Yeah. So why do you think he did it? To help him?
I think he did it.
I'm going to help Pence by making him put him in charge of COVID.
Trump is insanely corrupted. I think that he views these offices as avenues for him to make deals with people, not as something to actually like evaluate like who is the best candidate. He gives it's just, fucking like nepotism all the way down. Everything is like a favor. Everything is clearly some sort of like backroom deal that he's made with people.
One in the chat, if you think that he gave Mike Pence this role for what Aaron just said, essentially to do this kind of ambient backroom deal kind of thing, art of the deal, or two, if he just wanted to fuck with him and have a scapegoat.
I just don't think that he needs to actually be in that role for Trump to say that he's a scapegoat.
I think giving him a title makes it easier for him to be a scapegoat.
So when Biden made Kamala Harris the border czar.
Yeah.
Scapegoat.
First of all, he didn't make her the border czar. But
she wasn't?
When he was like,
I thought she was.
Kamala's portfolio is the migrant crisis root causes. That was absolutely throwing her under the bus.
Oh, she was the border czar. Let's see.
Yeah, they called her, but Biden didn't call her the border czar. But they did try to pass a law that identified her as such.
And now they just call it that like Tom
now
Holland's
it's a real
czar,
position,
right?
the border czar. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that they were trying to insinuate was like what, some like Soviet era like
I don't know
position that should like DEI position that shouldn't even exist or whatever is now just actually part of the administration.
I don't know. Bully.
And like he rat fucked her on the Iraq or no, sorry, on Iraq, on the Afghanistan withdrawal. Because he was like, just let it be known she was the last person in the room before I made this decision, basically. And she didn't have like a special role or anything like that. So I don't buy this idea that presidents need to appoint people that they intend to scapegoat or people that they have like tension with or whatever as like in certain roles before they're going to give themselves permission to do that. I think they're just going to do it.
God, Joe Biden really fucked us in some ways, man.
The Afghanistan withdrawal was not one of them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, he just would say stupid shit sometimes. He had so many gaffes. Like the list of his gaffes is pretty insane.
Yeah. Name one. Other than basically handing the presidency to Donald Trump because he refused to drop out. Other than that and the genocide, name one. Name one issue with Joseph Robinette Biden.
When he wandered back into the forest from whence he came in that beautiful little moment after people were questioning his cognitive health, and he just wanders into the forest. That was a top tier moment for me.
I remember a lot of like clips of Biden not looking good, but I don't remember this one.
Where he
I remember them asking him.
Wait, do you remember him wandering into the forest? Google search right now. Biden wanders into forest.
Biden wanders into Amazon jungle after remarks. I'm hoping this is going to be it.
Amazon is the lungs of the world. But in my view, our forests and national wonders are the heart and soul of the world.
I'm not going to speed it up so we can get the real impression.
They unite us. They inspire us. They make us proud of our country's and heritage. A bridge to the past and to our future.
That's a president, man.
A birthright we pass down from generation to generation. The Amazon rainforest was built up over 50 million years. 50 million years.
Sorry.
History is literally watching us now.
This is like cracking you up.
So let's preserve this secret place.
He was like the most powerful man in the free world.
He was hilarious.
Not that long ago.
Listen, I love Biden. He was hilarious. He was a great president. That said, he had some difficulties sometimes.
This is the most heat I have ever seen you cast on Joe Biden.
Right now?
Like the last time yes.
I said that
I tried to get you to insult him or like give a criticism last episode. You wouldn't do it.
What are you talking about? I said he had impeachable pardons. Guys, by the way, these communists are never satisfied. You give an actual genuine position like Biden did impeachable stuff. He closed the border illegally and they don't listen. They're like, oh, you just, are totally a Biden stan all the time.
We were talking about, it was in the context of us talking about the president's,
who cares what we talked about before?
They chose
what,
to
you
be,
want to relitigate what we talked about before?
Yeah, actually.
To have this like dumb
the
point?
people who were the recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and I said something about like a stupid pic, and I was like, he also did this and like did a genocide, and you were like, whoa, now you like wanted me to back off or like couch the criticism in some way, and then you said you love Joe Biden.
I support Joe.
For our time.
Genocide Joe.
I support my good friend Joe.
Time and forever, for the benefit of all humanity. Thank you very, very much.
Where are you going? Into the rainforest from whence he came.
Asked a question and would ignore it and just go into the fucking jungle. That's what you made it sound like.
He's about to be like attacked by a saber-toothed tiger.
Okay. But then he went on to pick Mike Pence, long record of opposing gay rights. Then there was the fact that the political base Mr. Trump had cobbled together, and he then needed to mollify, including many gay-hating constituencies. He would have never made it without evangelicals. Once he got into office, he barred trans people from the military. His most recent campaign for president pumped out videos ridiculing gay people in the military. He recently mocked Pete Buttigieg's same-sex marriage. What did he say? Let's see.
I don't know. I don't track all this stuff. The Vanguard made fun of him because he was gay. I heard someone said that. I don't know.
Okay, so you're literally just repeating hearsay.
Some snarker in one of my different platforms said that.
And you took them at their word. You didn't actually verify it. Do you like when people just take their own chats at their word as far as characterizing you? Is that usually accurate in your experience?
Who do you think you are?
I'm just asking a question.
Husband on the back? Is
Trump
he
takes
making
not subtle jab at Pete Buttigieg being gay. Bikes to work with his husband on the back.
What does that even mean?
Let's see. So he was asked a question.
Play the
in
clip.
his response, Trump attacked the previous administration. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. I didn't think it would go right to it, so.
So can I ask you about the air traffic control issue? Are you looking at getting new software?
I'm glad you asked me about it because I'm just going to be talking to now the heads of the airlines and everything else. So I was all set
everything else
before we had the rigged election to give out a brand new gorgeous system to one company that was going to do the whole thing, one of the best companies in the world that you know very well. You know, there are 3 or 4 of them that do it.
What?
And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives.
Buddha did.
He drives to work?
Buddha.
He drives on his bicycle.
He took over Buttigieg, who has no clue. He drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a contender for president.
This guy is not well. Can we just pause real quick? Because I kind of wanted to talk to you about this.
Sorry. Call me when he wanders into a jungle, Sweaty.
Are you calling me sweaty?
You don't know that joke?
No. I don't.
Just continue.
Saying I look sweaty?
Yeah, I'm saying you look sweaty. Continue.
Anyway, this guy's fucking unwell. Did you see his hands?
I did see his hands. I'm more concerned about the things that came out of his mouth, not just his gesticulations. Like, I don't really care about that.
Show them his hands.
Oh, I thought you meant in this or something like that. I was like, I didn't see it in this. Yeah,
Well, here he's hiding his hands. He's hiding his hands. Pull up the hands.
I'm doing that.
This guy's sounding... He's not making any sense. He's saying these things that don't make... He's like, oh yeah, you know when you go to the DMV and you give them your license plate? What does that even mean? Wait, do you get a license plate from DMV?
Typical New Yorker. Trump's hand makeup. Bruce goes viral. Here's what the White House has said about it. Okay.
Transparency. The president wanted me to share a note from his physician
Wait,
with
Caroline,
the president's
hold on.
legs. So, in the effort of transparency, many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So, in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today.
Look at those ankles. Wait, this isn't even the recent stuff.
Okay, sorry that the USA Today's reporting is not up to your fucking standards.
The recent stuff, wait, keep going. Let's see these pictures.
I don't know if they have it there. This?
Look at that. The dude looks like Albus.
I thought he had gays on in his administration. What the hell is this? Am I right?
Go down more. And they're like, oh yeah, he got that from shaking too many hands.
You just hate when that happens.
Your hand blackens and falls off.
Yes.
When you shake too many hands? Jesus Christ. And then they're like, oh yeah, so they say consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking. Now, and then scroll down some more.
Use of aspirin as a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
President Trump remains in excellent health, he said.
Yeah.
Where's that photo of the North Korean news reporter? Yeah, dear leader is doing very, very well.
Go down. Keep scrolling.
You know, the queen had this on her hand not long before she died.
Yes. It's the mark. It's the dark mark. The black spot.
The mark of the beast.
Okay, but anyway, there's another image captured of his left hand with a similar bruise. So it's not, they're lying to us. They're like, oh yeah, this is just because he shakes too much. Oh, that's it. That's it. Wait, go back. Yeah.
Which one?
It's him in the golf situation. And they put the little, yeah.
The golf situation?
The golf situation. That's his left hand. Same bruising.
Sorry, this is just awesome quality we're looking at here, but.
And you can tell it's not a mirrored image. Yes, I watched the Dave Pakman video.
What David Pakman video?
The one where he does this analysis.
Analysis? Is anal in the brain because we're talking about gay Republicans?
No, I misspoke.
Sure you did. Bring up any of that to the A gays and they just laugh and insist that no one can say with a straight face that MAGA is homophobic. They delight in what they see as the camp aspects of gay culture that's fused their movement. On the eve of his inauguration this year, the president danced on stage with Village People as the group performed YMCA, the ode to gay cruising. The soundtrack at MAGA rallies includes ABBA, Queen, Elton John, Sinead O'Connor, and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber,
Yeah.
see, you were like Phantom of the Opera. I'm telling you. Even though Andrew Lloyd Webber said do not use my music. Mr. Trump often talked about the hotness of men he spotted in the front row or who appeared on stage with him.
He talked about
What's his name's dick, right?
Arnold Palmer's penis.
Yeah, his penis. Unfiltered. That's authentic. That's genuine.
Remember when he was bringing on, I forget if it was Bad Bunny or it was some artist. He's like, she's hot. And it's like a dude.
Yeah.
It's like some reggaeton artist or something. I don't know. I forget. He's like, she's hot. And it's just this full-on man.
It's a guy, yeah. Mr. Kerchik called the president a camp icon. I mean, I don't disagree with this. He's like a drag queen. He's outrageous. He's transgressive. He's catty. He's narcissistic, the likes of which we haven't seen since Alexander the Great. I mean, I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. Donald Trump is positive queer representation because he is a straight man who embodies all of the worst, most negative stereotypes of a gay man. But yes, again, nonetheless, he is straight. And he is praised and seen as like a strong man. So it's obviously possible to have these personality traits and still nonetheless be perceived as highly masculine. The A gays also worship Melania Trump, their queen, their biological mother. And she seems to appreciate them too. One of the few events she participated in during her husband's last campaign was a fundraiser with gay Republicans in Trump Tower, for which she was paid. Mr. Moran was there, of course. He keeps a framed photograph of himself with Mrs. Trump from that night at his desk at the Department of Energy and said he'd met the First Lady a dozen times. In 2021, she came to dinner. Mr. Moran threw at Mar-a-Lago to accept the log cabin Spirit of Lincoln
You were
Award.
going to pronounce Mar-a-Lago all Latino like. Mar-a-Lago. You were going to do that. That's
Yeah, sure.
embarrassing.
He called it, are you microaggressing against my Hispanic identity right now?
Yeah.
How would you say it? Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
There you go. The WASP accent. He called it the most incredible experience of my life. But what is it like to actually hang out with her? I mean, she's Melania Trump. It's not like we're sitting around on the couch with our heels
Like, what does
off
she do
eating
for
pizza.
fun? Democrats flip Iowa state Senate seat, breaking the supermajority. Wait. Is this breaking news? You keep going. You keep reading. I just want to check this.
He said that he and his fellow MAGA gays consider her an icon because she has, as they feel they have too, gone through trials and tribulations, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, also because of her fashion. All of this can be somewhat surprising to some of the other MAGA tribes who have come to the Capitol to get in on the action of the Trump Redux. The funny thing is, I have had a lot of girlfriends who wanted to move here, said Natalie Winters, the DC-based right-wing media darling, who was a protege of Steve Bannon. They thought the dating scene would be really great, that MAGA would bring in a whole wave of, eligible, conservative, smart, enterprising men. Instead, she said, everybody's freaking gay. Thoughts?
I mean, I think that Melania Trump is not a gay icon, and we should not treat her as such.
I don't think you really get to decide that as somebody who is not actually in the community. And I think that you are attempting to impose your heterosexual imperial cultural instincts onto that of the gays, who have a much better radar for these types of things.
Do you think that any self-respecting... I'm not going to say it. I'm going to back out of that one and just...
Nope. Continue. Please go on.
Just keep reading. I'm going to back out of that one.
Self-respecting gay person would view Melania Trump as a gay icon, which she clearly is.
She's straight.
So, do you think to be a gay icon, you literally have to be gay yourself?
Lady Gaga? Katy
Why did you just say Lady
Perry?
Gaga to me?
Kirsten Stewart?
You think Katy Perry is gay?
I kissed a girl. And she
You know,
liked
Lady
it.
Gaga, she was like, I've heard that song and she has definitely never kissed a girl. Katy Perry is like the straightest woman alive. There's no way she's gay. Or even bi or anything like that. And yet, nonetheless, she's like a fucking gay icon. Charlie XCX doesn't say, as far as I know, is not gay. She's like a fucking gay icon.
Okay.
On the town, in early June, the president and the first lady went to the Kennedy Center for the opening night of a production of Les Mis. This constituted a big night out on the MAGA social calendar.
Les Mis sucks as a play. Can we just come out and say it? It makes no sense. Music is good, but the play
You
makes
just don't like
zero
a French
sense.
musical. I think you were probably... Had you ever seen the stage play before
a French
you saw...
musical.
Before you saw the movie?
A French
Or did you see the Broadway
musical.
play first? Or anything like that?
It's not a French musical.
Okay, what is it?
Not that.
What is it?
At the end of the day, you get nothing for nothing.
Can you do a Hugh Jackman impression right now, please?
My God, Cassette! That's not you. Right? How do you do? My God, Cassette! It's like a broken... He can't sing.
Okay, sorry. Do the Russell Crowe impression then.
I will always know what matter to we do. Yeah, it's horrible.
No, do the beginning when he does like the numbers.
2, 4, 6, so on.
That was like a weird hybrid between Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe has like this very, very flat voice. And he has like no musicality really. Kind of just
2, 4, 6, so on. Your time is up and your parole's begun. That's it.
And I'm Javert.
The play sucks. The
And
movie's
then
worse.
Hugh Jackman with his like again like over the top vibrato. At least I'm free.
You know why? You know why? They told him not to drink any water.
You're thinking of Wolverine, Prep. You're not thinking of Les Mis.
No, I am. They were like specifically doing all the things that singers are told not to do to make their voices more realistic.
To sound strained.
And they like that's an incredibly dangerous thing to do for singers. And they
Whoa,
he
no
like
way. Someone in Hollywood was asking somebody to do something stupid for the sake of like a
But
really
it-
real, not
not-
even like a good artistic license or point.
it's so stupid. Like it didn't sound good. Why would you want to make their voices sound bad?
I think he wanted them to have this kind of like raw, rustic quality to it.
Yeah,
The
and it
biggest thing is like
sucked.
he's having like Anne Hathaway sing a very difficult song while she's like seated.
So different from this hell I'm living. It's pretty good. I should start my own production.
What would you call it?
I don't know. Les Mis, but it's all Democrats.
So live and learn.
And then they argue about communists instead of
So live and learn.
yeah.
This already exists. You've already created it.
Oh shit, I did.
You got a whole squad. You got four other crew members.
And wait, I'm Eponine and Hutch is Hutch is Marius. Don't fret, Monsieur Hutch. I don't feel
Who's Josiah?
any pain. Josiah is so Jean Valjean coded.
And yourself? You said you'd be what again?
I'm Eponine. I'm like
Okay.
I'm pining for Hutch, and then Hutch meets IRI, who's Cosette grown up. In my life. Yeah. That's
Oh,
the-
you weren't going to bless us with a rendition of a song from Les Mis right now, impromptu?
I'm not gonna do it.
Heartbreaking.
I'm
that's
sick!
That's a Patreon
I'm
exclusive, I'm
sick!
sure.
I'm sick, please. I'm sick.
Is that what happens at office hours? You
Yes.
serenade people?
Yeah. Sometimes we do a little funky song. Sometimes we do a little. I mean, we don't do any Yay or any anti-Semitic artists.
Okay, why I don't. That was a conversational left turn. No one said that you do.
Well, don't expect it. Also, we don't
Well,
do
nobody
people,
expected it until you said that. Now they expect it.
People
now
who've
they're
been-
thinking that's exactly what goes on there.
people who have been Me Too'd. We also don't do R. Kelly. We don't do Cosby. We don't do any of it. It's all bad.
So no Michael Jackson either.
What? He was never convicted.
Oh, well, that means you didn't do anything wrong. You just, slept with a bunch of little kids in his bed.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Did you recently rewatch The Godfather?
I watch many things. Can you just read it? I mean, we're still in the first fucking article.
Because you sent me a really long article and you haven't told me to stop. Do you want to move on to the
No,
next
I
one?
want to get to the drag queens.
Okay. This constituted a big night out for the MAGA social calendar. There was even a red carpet, and the A-gays turned out in force. They stood around the Kennedy Center's grand foyer in tuxedoed packs, swilling champagne and making after-party plans as they awaited the president's arrival. They soon came face to face with their ideological counterparts when a troupe of drag queens showed up to crash the party. Their very presence was a political statement, since the president has been railing online about how there would be no more drag shows allowed at the Kennedy Center. The drag queens made their defiant march through the theater to find their seats near the stage. The right-wing gay men glared and shook their heads. The president and first lady, dressed all in black, hovered above the melodrama from their seats up in the balcony.
Instead of the march to Rome, it's the march to the
Dude,
Kennedy
these
Center.
these fucking right-wing gay men glaring and
At
just looking down
these
upon them.
queens, these
Again,
queens.
just absolutely fucking ridiculous. This is I understand that that hierarchy exists within the right, but to the extent that it exists, I mean, do they honestly think that throwing in and capitulating to the bigoted sensibilities of other right-wing gays of other MAGA people that are straight is going to do anything for them? It's like, no, they see that you're a drunk who feels superior to a junkie
Remember when those
by doing that.
Remember when there was those allegations that those staffers, those Democratic staffers, like fucked?
Wiener?
No, they fucked like in the Senate chamber.
Oh yeah,
And
I
they
do. Why?
taped it. That was a bit of a.
That sounds kind of hot.
That was a bit much. That sounds hot. This is the world's most deliberative body. You know how many historic moments?
They were making history.
This is shameful that you would say.
It was a monumental moment.
Only a communist who values nothing but the collective, who has no purchase on history or tradition, would say, I think it's cool to just let these staffers fuck in the Senate. Actually, I think it was just like a conference room.
Oh, there was video, back shots. Can you confirm or deny? Did you see? You saw this, right?
I didn't. Do you think I seek this stuff out?
Yes.
I don't seek this stuff out. You're accusing me of seeking it out. You're accusing me of watching this. Mockery.
Correct. Speaking of, I mean, earlier you were talking about your faith in people's ability to accurately characterize other
You're laughing.
other creators in their chat.
Two Democratic
they come up in your
staffers.
chat.
Two Democratic staffers are.
And somebody said, I heard
in the Senate and
Pisco
you're
is really
laughing.
into feet, and I'm sure that this is true, right?
What?
Because people, yeah. The same way that they heard the Vanguard was homophobic to Pete Buttigieg, which is accurate. We're just going to uncritically repeat that.
So you're just going
And
to
somebody
smear.
in my chat says
gonna
that
smear.
you're really into feet.
So you're just going to smear instead of
That's a
actually.
smear?
You're dealing. You don't know how to deal with the substance of my arguments. So you.
What you did to the Vanguard was more of a smear if it's not fucking true. You accuse them of being homophobic. This is far less.
I didn't accuse them of anything.
Fucking matter.
I said they made a gay joke about Pete Buttigieg, which is fine. People tell gay jokes.
And then you backed up and you're like, well, actually, a chatter is telling me that they did that. You didn't actually see it for yourself, and yet you repeated it like it was true.
And now you're accusing me of being into feet with no evidence. So why aren't you hoisted by your own
You didn't have
petard?
evidence in the first place.
You do this whataboutism game. All you can do is just deflect. You can never honestly own up to your own mistakes and say,
I love
hey,
how you
I fucked
call
up.
me bringing attention to your inconsistent fucking standards that are non-existent. That's whataboutism.
It is. Why don't you drag the scroll down and see how
You were
much...
so proud of yourself for that fucking terrible joke. The gay left just can't handle the fact that President Trump loves the gays, says Casey Flores, a 34-year-old MAGA gay who moved to Washington in April and started a job at the Kennedy Center as a fundraiser. This idea that Republicans hate gays, that's just so not the case, as clearly evidenced by all of us, Mr. Flores said, referring to all his gay friends who moved to Washington to work for Mr. Trump. We're so over it. We just want to help the country. Mr. Flores, who is not married, said he was not particularly worried about gay marriage being repealed, mostly because of some protections he
Thank
heard
you for the
were put
raid,
in place.
Nina. Shout out Nina. Shout out Nina. Thank you so much for the raid, Nina. We're having fun here. We're doing very cool stuff. Thank you.
When you say Nina, are you referencing that meme?
What Nina meme? No one knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, they do. The one, you've never seen this video of like 7 teenagers who have to decide who's going to get like couple $100 or something like that.
No.
And there's this very annoying girl who is like really mad at another contestant, and she calls her Nina, and she says very forcefully repeats like Nina, 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 and you kept repeating it when you were thanking her for it. I thought maybe it might be a reference to that.
No, no one's
How
heard
do
of
you
that.
not know this?
I've heard of Nina Myers from 24. I've heard of.
No.
Why are you cutting me off? I was about to do a bunch of stuff.
Sorry, continue on with your early 2000s TV show references. Go ahead.
I don't even want to do it anymore.
Oh, don't be like that. The people love it. They're dying for it. Go for it.
I'm good. You don't get the Nina stuff anymore. You don't get the Nina bit. You haven't earned that.
Are you done?
Yeah, keep reading.
Okay. He was referring to the Respect for Marriage Act, which President Biden signed into law in 2022.
Yeah.
It mandates federal recognition of same-sex marriage and was passed by a bipartisan coalition of lawmakers. But what about some of the more homophobic-seeming constituencies and characters in MAGA world? Is it ever difficult as a gay man to stand shoulder to shoulder with evangelicals and people like Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, who has a history of criticizing policies allowing gay people to serve in the military? Not really, said Mr. Flores. Nobody is meaner to gay people than other gay people, he insisted. Left-wing gays hate socially conservative Christian. I literally thought this was Kyle Kulinski for a second.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
stop.
You don't see it?
So you won't criticize lefties on anything substantive, but you will.
Wait, shut it. Thank you so much for the raid, Radical Coder. Okay, continue.
So you'll call this guy a Kyle Kalinske lookalike. In what way does he look like Kyle Kalinske?
I said at first glance I thought it was Kyle Kalinske.
What's the resemblance? Inform the
Similar
class.
tan, similar hair. Right now, Kyle's hair is platinum. They have definitely a similar head shape and facial hair, like grooming.
This guy looks Hispanic.
So, does somebody being a different ethnicity or race prevent them from resembling somebody else outside of that race?
You think Kyle Kalinske is Latino?
I never said that. So, no, actually, did not say that.
Mexican Kyle Kalinske? Dr. Zaya says it does kind of look like him. What do you know, Dr.
Oh,
Zayas?
sorry, chatter. Apparently, you cannot compare people that are not of the same race or ethnic background. That would be wrong, I guess, or inaccurate, or something.
You also can't compare people of the same ethnic or racial background, because then you're just saying they all
So
look
do you
the
think
same.
Ben Kingsley shouldn't have played Gandhi, or?
He's part Indian, you idiot. You're so fucking
Is he?
stupid. You don't even know that.
No, I didn't. Is he?
He is.
Half Indian?
He is. Why don't you learn something before you spout out ignorant misinformation?
I just really need you to continue extrapolating upon how we can't compare people outside of different ethnicities and races as
Can
far
you
as like
apologize
physical similarities.
to Sir Kingsley?
Sir Ben Kingsley,
Yeah.
my deepest, most sincere apologies.
Yeah, and you didn't use his honorific, and that was noted.
Let me pull up a photo of our boy, who is very hungry lately. I don't know if you've been seeing his Twitter, but he's like kind of popping off.
He's
Kind of.
pretty wild.
So apparently I'm something like racist or something for seeing a similarity between this man and that man.
They're the same picture.
You were saying? You were saying?
They're both good-looking men.
Should I start throwing your stupid arguments back at you? Oh, so you're saying he's Hispanic? Tell me how they look similar at all.
I'll be right back.
Of course, when he's cornered, he runs. Typical Pisco L. Common Pisco L, you guys. And Clearwatch, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. You're on a 3-month streak. I'm very, very impressed and proud. Pisco doesn't see color, only attractiveness in men. Many people are saying this. And Pisco said earlier in the stream, if somebody in somebody's chat characterizes another creator a particular way, you kind of just have to, take them at their word and repeat it uncritically. I'm certainly not going to question what you've just said. Him and Crystal go to the same spray tanning salon? Maybe. I don't know that they're based in DC. Just FYI, it's completely pointless that you turned off your camera for Riverside because you left it on for Discord, which is what I have projected on my screen.
Doesn't really matter.
So why do you do it?
I do it because I don't know who the fuck is
Whoa,
gonna happen.
whoa! Mute yourself on Riverside.
Oh. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, there have been crazy stuff that have happened to people when they don't turn off their cameras. So I'd like to play it safe. It's just a standard operating procedure, SOP.
Okay. Let's see. Left-wing gays hate socially conservative Christians more than that group of people hates the gays, and I think that's on public display every day on social media and elsewhere. I guess that why do these left-wing gays have such contempt for conservative Christians? Is it just because of their Christian identity, or is it maybe because of the beliefs that these people are led to hold, like, given that this is their faith?
This guy doesn't look gay to me.
Thanks for sharing. A few weeks after the opening, I don't even know why you'd make a comment like that.
I don't know. Let's throw it out there.
Good to know. I mean, you don't even look straight to me, so.
Whoa.
What's wrong with being gay? What's wrong with that comment?
I don't know. I mean, I'm proud to look gay, according to you.
You added that caveat in. Just say it. Just say you're proud to look gay. That's what I want to hear.
Why are you bullying me?
You're the one who's I'm the one who's just confused. Like, how does one look gay?
It's a joke. It's just a little joke. But you can't let anything go. You literally can't admit when you're wrong. You can't let anything go, and it slows us down.
Anytime you're recorded or you take an L, you immediately pivot to this.
We are 2 hours into the stream. We have not gone through one article.
We're getting through it. It's a very lengthy, comprehensive article, and this is what you linked, by the way.
Yeah, and it's a great article. We're getting a lot of laughs out of it.
A lot of mileage.
Yeah. We're really milking it for all of it. Hey,
we got gay Kyle Kulinski, who doesn't even look gay, according to Pisco. So just Kyle Kulinski.
I'm planning on getting that mustache, by the way. It's to complete the look.
The pendejo look?
I want to look. You can't say that.
Yes, I can. I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican.
You are?
Yeah.
Debatable.
What the hell does that mean? When will it stop? First the gay erasure, now you're doubting my ethnic background. So you just have this cosmic skepticism towards literally every single person's self-identification. You're even questioning my pansexuality earlier in this.
Fake tan.
So
fake.
Pisco gets to be the final
tan.
arbiter on all of these things.
Fake tan. No, okay, can we just go on?
Come on, Aaron. You know what gay looks like. I do, but I want to know what Pisco thinks. You know.
By the way, I actually have a pendejo emote, and you can get it if you sub to the channel or if you're a member on YouTube.
That guy doesn't even look gay. He's just really hot. Pisco.
He's not gay. He's hot. Make Aaron speak Spanish. She understands it, I think, right? You understand it.
I mean, if you gave me anything to read in Spanish, I could read it, but I can't really just
Hola.
speak it.
Yo soy Dora. Can you say
Okay, I could
Dora?
do a little better than that.
You insert these pauses for no reason.
Sometimes I'm monitoring my chat, asshole. You got a problem with that?
It's dead air. I can read if you want. A few weeks after the opening of Les Mis, Mr. Flores was out for dinner at the Occidental, a retro chic chop house on Pennsylvania Avenue that draws in many Trump officials. Mr. Besson happened to be dining 2 tables away that night. Printed in the center of each menu is the restaurant's motto, "Where statesmen dine." Thank you for the sub. Mr. Flores was there with his friend John Levine.
Observe chat. Flawless insertion of, praising a chatter for subbing. He didn't even take a breath. Just immediately, where statesman dine? Thanks for the sub. Mr. Flores was there with
a 38-year-old gay reporter for the Washington Free Beacon, a conservative publication. Both men are in some ways typical of the new kind of gay Republican because, sorry, I'm dyslexic now. In town, they moved here after Mr. Trump returned because we
have to do popcorn reading because no dead air. 10 seconds, like 5 seconds of dead air is worse than
there were suddenly new professional
reading.
opportunities. In Mr. Levine's case, the dawning of a new Trump era meant lots of stories to report and sources to meet. For Mr. Flores, there was a job at the Kennedy Center, which he landed because he's friends with Mr. Grinnell, who was put in charge of the Performing Arts Center. There were new social opportunities, too. A whole scene has sprouted up for gay Republicans. Just the week before, both men had been at a rooftop party in Logan Circle with about 50 other like-minded guys, many of whom had jobs in the administration. No libs allowed except significant others, read the partyful invite. There have been similar house parties in DuPont's circle.
What was that? Dead air? What? Why are we doing dead air? Why aren't we just yapping constantly all the time?
And pool parties on Capitol Hill. But the most coveted invitation for a MAGA gay.
This has stopped being about actually the understanding the article or doing analysis, and we're all just watching to make sure that there's no dead air in how you read it.
Is to one of the parties that Mr. Teal, the gay Trump mega donor, has been throwing in.
You can't even address that because you just want to get through the
Mr.
article.
Teal declined to comment for this article. A lot of gays across the Trump administration are very inspired by Mr. Teal. Mr. Flores said he was the first contrarian to kind of open the door. Mr. Flores has yet to be invited to one of his parties. And yet, this is a relatively small world. It's still coming together, and not everyone gets along. Just because we're all homos doesn't mean we're all friends, Mr. Levine said. But when these men do step outside their world, they... Popcorn, Aaron.
Oh, so that you just decided you're done in the middle of that sentence with reading?
I'm pretty done. We need to move on to politics. We haven't even started.
What is this then? The big gay government is not politics?
I don't know. I picked this article because it seemed funny.
Because you like the title.
Yeah.
They are often reminded that they are not welcome in the flourishing gay scene that surrounds them. I will say, if people at a gay bar find out that you're in the Trump admin or you're working somewhere like the Kennedy Center, they're not so nice to you. They instantly come at you, Mr. Flores said. I definitely don't lead with it. That seemed to be true based on a spin through the room one recent night at the little gay pub in Logan Circle. Patron after patron said that there was no way they'd ever be friends with, much less date, a gay Trump appointee. If you work in the Trump admin and you're a gay person, clearly you have no respect for yourself, said Jason Milton, a 44-year-old Washingtonian who works in healthcare policy. He was sipping vodka with pineapple juice and looking rakish in a gray Calvin Klein suit. Asked if he considered it morally acceptable to date a Trump appointee, he said, look, it's okay to date whoever you want. It's not up to me to say who you should or should not date. However, but in any case, he trailed off, what if the Trump appointee were hot? No, they would go from a 10 to a negative 10 if I found out that they worked for Trump, he said. Across the room, one young gay Democratic staffer who works on Capitol Hill stood with his friends, drinking Pinot and eating pigs in a blanket. He said he'd always viewed himself as open-minded and thus tried to play nice with some Trump gays he knows. But ultimately, he just couldn't stomach what he saw as their hypocrisy. The way he put it, you can either party with the gays on Fire Island or you can cut funding for AIDS programs, but you can't do both. Mr. Moran said many of his friends encounter this sort of attitude all the time in their adventures throughout Washington. Gets them pretty down. But you know what I tell people, he said? If you're not getting invited to the cool kids table, go make your own cool kids table. Or your own spreadsheet.
Thoughts? I thought it was pretty funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I was a huge fan in particular of you picking this article and then pulling apart all of the different like semantics and terms that you felt were microaggressing upon the gay community and double standards that would like, you know, rhetorical flourishes that you did not feel would be used to describe
All right,
straight
let's pick
people.
your news story.
Let's do my news story. So Laura Loomer.
No.
Laura Loomer.
You did a gay story too.
Her defamation deposition will make your head explode, according to the New Republic. So just for context, Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene are beefing for whatever fucking reason. Don't know why. Don't really care. It's just fucking funny. Laura Loomer's deposition against HBO late night host Bill Maher's offered absurd new insights into the woman unofficially tasked with federal staffing decisions. The self-appointed loyalty enforcer has had enormous success influencing the Trump admin from the safety of her X account. An analysis by the Daily Beast found that at least 16 individuals were fired from the federal government after Loomer singled them out as
generals,
covert.
guys, like cyber generals.
It's weird because like I watched her interview with PBD and I felt that she was overstating the extent to which she actually had her hands on like any power, and every single time she like made a claim of like I was responsible for this, I was responsible for that, I went to go find articles to attempt to corroborate whether or not she really was the person that like, you know, put that in motion or did it. And like every single official source will deny, like will say she's overstating it and like will deny that she was really the one that made the decision, but there doesn't seem to be any sign that that would have occurred had she not put it in Trump's ear. So
I
think
she has major influence. I think she has major influence.
An analysis by the Daily Beast found that at least 16 individuals were fired from the federal government after Loomer singled them out as covert Democratic agents. This is what they call like getting Loomered. But more than 200 pages of Loomer's transcribed deposition in her defamation lawsuit against Maher shed light on the influencer's beliefs and prerogatives and illustrate her as a raving conspiracist rather than a fine-tuned firing machine. In his sprawling answers to completely unrelated questions, Loomer rants about George Stephanopoulos, her lack of boyfriends, and her inability to get a White House press credential in an interview that quickly flies off the handle. In one particularly wild exchange, Loomer practically roasted Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene as someone who puts roast beef in her pants.
Oh my God.
What is your basis for saying she puts Arby's in her pants? Maher's legal counsel asked. She carries roast beef in her pockets, Loomer responded. What is your basis for saying she puts roast beef in her pockets and in her pants? The counsel pressed. Because I know she likes to eat at Arby's, Loomer said, further clarifying that she believes Greene puts the meat sandwiches in her pants and that she believed Greene would agree with that statement. Are you making a derogatory comment about her sex life by talking about Arby's in her pants? The counsel asked. No, I'm talking about Arby's, the sandwiches. I'm talking about Arby's. I'm a very direct person, Loomer said. If I was making a derogatory comment, I would have said it. Immediately after the Arby's exchange, Loomer offered another gem without provocation. She believes Senator Lindsey Graham is gay. A thing that I said earlier in this that you chastised me for, so surely you're going to have heat for Miss Loomer bringing this up, right?
Yeah,
and speculating about it.
What are you doing, Loomer?
Several of President Trump's staff had told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. Loomer said, hold on, Ms. Loomer. There's no question, responded Ms. Maher's attorney. Loomer sued Maher and HBO in October after the late night show host suggested that Loomer might be fucking Donald Trump. The far-right activist has since claimed that Maher's joke tanked her odds at landing a White House gig.
Whoa, actually, maybe
Misogyny.
true. Actually, maybe
Misogyny.
true. But, like, is it... I guess you could have some kind of defamatory implication if you're like, she might be fucking Trump.
You've literally speculated about this. So, by your own standard, you have defamed Laura Loomer.
I think it's a joke. Let Bill Maher go.
That's convenient. That's convenient.
I think it's a joke. I think everyone knows it's a joke.
I think it's important to show this entire exchange.
Oh, no, you had it ready.
So they're talking about like Matt Gaetz or whatever. Oh wait, where does this start?
Wait, who has Clayman as their attorney?
I don't know why.
Is that the Clayman? Hang on a
I
second.
don't know who that is.
You don't know who Clayman is?
Don't know who Clayman is.
Is he representing Loomer? Oh, he is. That is
Who is this?
hilarious. Okay, so Google Larry Clayman.
Okay.
I can't believe she retained Larry Clayman. By the way, seriously, Aaron, don't talk shit about this guy. He will sue you. So just be very...
Him.
Don't talk shit about this guy for the next
Okay,
10
but
minutes.
Pisco says fuck him too. He co-signs what I just said.
Okay, just go to his Wikipedia real quick.
Okay. This is Larry Clayman, folks, an American attorney, right-wing activist, and former U.S. Justice Department prosecutor. He founded Judicial Watch and Freedom Watch. In addition to his numerous lawsuits against the Clinton admin, which led him to be called the Clinton nemesis, Clayman has filed a number of lawsuits against political figures and governmental agencies. Clayman's goal in initiating the lawsuits is often to obtain information through the discovery process rather than to win the lawsuit. Most cases brought by either Judicial Watch or Clayman himself have failed. Critics have described him as a gadfly and a racist, a frivolous litigator, and a conspiracy theorist, while Clayman himself described himself as a modern-day John Adams in a fight for justice. His litigation tactics have led to criticism and sanctions from legal authorities, including a ban from appearing in 2 courtrooms and suspensions of
All
one of
right,
his
so now
early,
I know this
law
is a bit of a
licenses.
zag, and we're going to get back to your transcript, but I want you to go to YouTube and put in Larry Clayman, Roger Stone, deposition.
Always fucking Roger Stone.
And just go to the Roger Stone. That 1 minute one is probably fine, or the 3 minute one's fine too. Yeah, we can do this one too.
I have no impact on who Newsmax chooses or does not choose to interview.
Cardillo sending out tweets in support of you and
Mr.
criticizing,
Cardillo has First Amendment rights like every other man.
claiming he's your great friend.
He is a good friend of mine, but I don't tell him what to tweet. I don't tell him who to interview. He has First Amendment rights like everyone else.
2 and 2 equals 4, doesn't it?
You have nothing.
Is that insane?
No, wild
Is that insane?
proof, evidence, Larry.
Is that
Evidence,
insane?
proof, Larry. Evidence, proof, evidence. Not guessing on your
Can you
part.
pause real quick?
You have nothing. This proves nothing.
So Larry Clayman is doing the actual question right there, and Roger Stone fucking hates him. They're both conservative fucking. So this is like a
Lunatics.
lunatic. But that phrase from Roger Stone, evidence, proof, evidence. I use that phrase a lot, but just press play real quick. It goes off the handle.
So you're channeling Roger Stone when you do that?
Yeah, I am.
Or what?
Yeah, I am.
That's what you told Mueller, right? You have nothing. That's what your clients argued at the trial.
I'm not going to discuss the criminal case. If you want to keep insulting me, this will be over.
I'm
You
not
can run
insult-
back
I'm
to the
not
judge like
insulting
a
you.
little bitch.
I'm doing what?
If you want to keep insulting me, I will just end this and you go running back to the judge.
Did you just call me a bitch?
You're acting like one. You're acting like one. You don't have anything, my friend. You got nothing. You have a wild guess. If you have some evidence that I communicated with Ruddy or Cardillo or Clemente or Cassandra, produce it. You got nothing. You're not going to get anything by
Well, I
interviewing them
certainly
because
can
it's
produce
not
it if you
true.
withheld it, can
I haven't withheld it. You prove I withheld it, do that. But you don't have that either.
No, we'll look for it.
You can look for it all you fucking want. You'll find nothing.
Ask a question.
This is just, it reaches a point of absurdity.
Dude, Roger Stone is on fucking on coke
Yeah.
or something. He is like tweaking.
He's looking. Press play.
Insane is, I think, a colloquial expression, but when someone pulls facts out of the air for which they have no evidence whatsoever, in which they're just guessing because they're unhappy that they can't be interviewed when they want to, yeah, I think that's pretty crazy.
At 227 in the InfoWars video, Stone falsely and misleadingly publishes that, this is in the paragraph 18. He, of course, he was perfectly willing to lie, to perjure himself, saying that a memo he had wrote me was written on the 30th for the purposes of cover-up, which is further proof that Jerry lied under oath. So what proof do you have that Jerry lied under oath?
Substantial, because everything in that paragraph I said is accurate and true, and I could prove it if I needed to.
Do you know whether or not he's working with Dennis Montgomery today?
I do not know.
Have you had contact with Dennis Montgomery?
No, I have not.
In fact, you have, correct?
No, in fact, I haven't.
Feeble alcohol-affected memory. You're in fact stating that Dr. Corsi is an alcoholic.
I can only assume that this memory had to be caused by something because it was inaccurate.
But you didn't
untrue.
know whether he made the statement under the
I-
influence of alcohol, did you?
No, but I certainly had drinks with him.
Oh, this isn't the good part of it. Oh, anyway, so he basically, we don't have to watch the whole thing. He like lashes out and yells and like tells him to go fuck himself, and it's pretty hilarious. Oh yeah.
Wild assumptions that are false, for which you have no evidence whatsoever, and you will get no evidence. Go depose all those people.
Thanks for subs.
You just you can't get over the fact that you lost a Senate seat. I mean, this is absurd.
That has nothing to do with whether I lost or won.
It also has nothing to do with the 6 lawsuits that you
Well,
filed.
it's a
6
pattern
lawsuits.
of conduct.
If anybody wants to talk about pattern of conduct, look in the mirror.
When you worked for me as a consultant, but you had a fiduciary duty to keep what I told you confidential.
And you have no evidence that I did not do so.
Objection of
None whatsoever.
And there's
It's a fishing
no
expedition.
basis for a fiduciary duty.
What are you, the judge?
You didn't pay me a dime. You owed me money, as a matter of fact.
And your staff left with equipment that I paid for, correct?
Prove it.
Stop.
Prove it.
Stop.
Prove it. No one believes you. You have no credibility.
So
You
anyway,
can mirror, dude.
this is like, it's my opinion. This is not defamation. So, Larry Klayman, I have no desire to say anything false about you, Mr. Klayman. He is perhaps the most unhinged right-wing litigious attorney
individual.
guy of all time, and the fact that I saw his name and I'm like, holy shit, Lord. The 2 most unhinged people. He founded Judicial Watch, and he was too crazy even for Judicial Watch, which is like the Crazy Sue organization for Republicans. So just very funny that name popped out and that Laura Loomer retained him.
Okay, so Mr. Klayman, I'm starting from here. We don't have 29. Where's 29? I don't have that one. Ms. Bolger, that was the last tweet. Mr. Klayman, is this it? Ms. Bolger, yes. Okay, Klayman, we're gonna take a break after the next question. It's 45 minutes. Bolger, you're not going to take a break. I've not done with my line of questioning, and I've asked you, Klayman, we'll take a break. Bolger, to let me finish my line of questioning. Klayman, no, we're taking a break. Bolger, unless you let me finish my line of questioning. I know you're upset because it's getting too hard for you, but Klayman, no, I'm not getting. Bolger, I need you to hang in there. Mr. Klayman, I'm getting upset because you are a very mean, nasty individual trying to harass my client. Bolger, by Miss Bolger, question. You'll see that this is a tweet from you. Hey, okay, what tweet? I should say the Marjorie Taylor Greene date is September 11th. Did you notice that? Yeah. Answer yes. Question. Okay, then you responded. I guess I'm assuming this is Loomer, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But she also, I will say that she's upset because she wasn't invited to attend the ceremony because a lot of President Trump's staff told me they were getting sick and tired of Marjorie. So she was very upset that she wasn't invited to travel to the debate. She was excluded. Congressman Matt Gaetz was invited. I was invited, and she was not because President Trump's staff told me that they can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I'm willing to say that under oath. Of course you are. Several of his staff told me that they can't stand her. Question. Miss Loomer, can I ask you to look at the next exhibit? Loomer, yeah, but I'm just, I'm not interested in your speech. Answer, putting into context. So, question, Exhibit 30. Answer, she was upset. She was jealous. Question, Exhibit 30 is your response to her. Can you read that out loud to me? Loomer, hey Marjorie, remember when you destroyed your family so you could have sex with the Zangief cosplayer? Tell me again how you and the Arby's in your pants.
Wait, is this is this a reference to Street Fighter character?
I have no clue.
Google Zangief.
Zangief cosplayer? I don't. Wait, see, hold on. Oh, wait, actually, I shouldn't do cosplay. Fictional character from
What a reference!
Street Fighter.
What a banger tweet.
I mean, it was just banger after banger because that plus the Arby's thing. Tell me again how you and the Arby's in your pants. Yeah, that was widely reported. I mean, that's why she got divorced. That divorce records question. No, read the tweet. Loomer, are representatives of the GOP. You couldn't even run your own family. Don't tell me how to run my free speech. Question. Okay, so when you Loomer, but you're not showing the screenshot. It's like intentionally blurred out. I don't know why you blurred it out, but it showed a document where somebody who she had an affair with showed text messages of her having an affair, and it was well documented. It was in text messages, and it's the reason why she ended up getting divorced from her husband Perry, who I know.
Wait.
Because when at the
Can I
time
just
during my
pause real quick?
campaign,
Would you ever consider marrying a man named Perry?
no, absolutely not.
Wow. Name alone. Name alone.
Name alone. Yeah. There was only one, and he's dead. Matthew Perry.
No, first
RIP
name
to the
Perry.
one. Oh, first one?
First
no,
name.
I don't know. I don't.
Like, this is my husband
No.
Perry.
No. Huge red flag. Huge red flag.
Okay.
What if his last name was Winkle? Okay, whatever. But it showed a document where somebody who she had an affair with showed text messages of her having an affair, and it was well documented. It was in text messages. And it's the reason why she ended up getting divorced from her husband, Perry, who I know. Because when, at the time during my campaign, they were married and they came to my event. And it's well known. And she's even admitted to it that they got divorced because of her marital infidelity. So, question, right? Can you explain to me what it means?
Thanks for super chat.
Answer. But I don't understand why you blurred it out. It's blurred out. Question, can you explain, claimant, objection, relevancy by Ms. Bolger. Question, can you explain to me what it means to say that the Arby's in her pants? Loomer, well, Arby's, claimant, objection, relevancy by Ms. Bolger. Answer the question. Loomer, Arby's sells roast beef. Bolger, right. Can you tell me, what were you talking about? The Arby's in her pants, Loomer. Well, it's just an expression. What is the expression trying to convey? It conveys the reason why she got a divorce by her own admission. Because she had roast beef in her pants. Yeah. She put roast beef in her pants. That's what you're trying to say there. You're literally saying she put Arby's in her pants. I'm saying she literally... It's so ridiculous. I'm saying she literally put Arby's in her pants. Yes. Claimant, objection, relevancy.
And pause. You're not supposed to make relevancy objections typically. You object
During
to
like a
form.
line of questioning?
In deposition, yeah. Because there's no like judge there to rule on it, so you just object to form, really. But yeah.
What are the formal types of objections?
In depositions, you mainly just object to form, and there's privileges you can invoke as well, like attorney-client privilege. Perhaps there's some other that I'm not thinking of as well that could be relevant. But in general, you just object to form.
Can't you just go like, objection, what? Like when someone just says something so out of pocket, you're like, excuse me, what?
It's called the speaking objection, and they're, you're not supposed to do it technically. But.
Or like, objection, no, we're not doing that. That crazy shit that you just said or asked me to, nope.
They're basically deposition. There's no judge there. It's like pretty much run by the parties, and the judge might intervene if like someone's being like not
they
answering.
Get rowdy. They get a little too frisky.
There's some really funny deposition videos of like lawyers flying up the handle their clients.
Of course.
Yeah, but no, sorry, keep going.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
I wish there was a video of this.
I know. It's probably someone has a video.
It has to exist. We just don't have access to it, unfortunately. Somebody needs to. Would this qualify for like freedom of information?
No.
If it doesn't, it should. What is that? Does that only apply to like government documents and shit?
So FOIA doesn't apply to like court documents, I don't think necessarily, because courts aren't agencies. There might be something. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps that there's a way to make the actual audio
Just give me
available.
the test. Somebody can do one and find out.
You can't FOIA a federal court though. You can't do that. I'm assuming this is in federal court.
I'm saying she literally. It's so ridiculous. I'm saying she literally put Arby's in her pants. Yes. Claimant, objection, relevancy. Bolger, you're not making a slur about her. Loomer, no. You're literally saying she put an Arby's sandwich in her pants. Is that right? Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
So she's lying.
Why are you laughing? Because I just think it's so funny. What is your basis for saying she put Arby's in her pants? I just think it's so funny. What is your basis for saying she puts Arby's in her pants? She carries roast beef in her pockets. What is your basis for saying she puts roast beef in her pockets and in her pants? Claimant, objection, relevancy, harassment. The witness, because I know she likes roast beef. Question by Ms. Folger. So what is your basis for saying she had Arby's in her pants? Because I know she likes to eat at Arby's. And she likes to put it in her pants. You know that. Yeah. She likes to put Arby's in her pants. Yeah, she does. Okay. If I ask Marjorie Taylor Greene, she would tell you that she puts Arby's in her pants. It's my best belief that she would tell you that. Yes. Okay.
What
Are
a
you making
piece
a
of
derogatory
shit.
comment about her sex life by talking about Arby's in her pants? No, I'm talking about Arby's, the sandwiches.
She
I'm
is
talking about Arby's.
quadrupling down.
This is where she says she's a direct person. I'm a very direct person. If I was making a derogatory comment, I would have said it. I just think it's so funny because I feel like you would understand it if you actually hadn't blurred the photo, but it's blurred. Bulger, we didn't blur a photo. There may have been some kind of copy editor, but we'll get you a better copy of it if that's right. Okay. My understanding is that we don't claim in. All right, let's take a break. Bulger, actually, I think I'd like to finish this line of questioning the witness.
It's a very productive line of question.
It's so funny. Clayman, well, you can finish this exhibit. Go ahead. Bulger, I'd like to finish. Clayman, if you would like to deal more with Arby's, Bulger, no, I have a couple more questions I'd like to ask in this line. Clayman, where's the meat?
These people deserve each other. Clayman and Loomer deserve each other. They are both.
Goes on for like 20 more pages. We could probably do this for like another 30 minutes, but that was like the part that I wanted to spotlight.
Very, very good. What a great story.
I know, great cast, 10 of 10. Just lovely people all around, really.
I want to bring something up. I didn't send it to you, but I'm struck by something Glenn Greenwald said. And I'm being struck by things he said more and more. And it has to do with the flag burning thing. So I hope you would indulge me on that. Can you just give me a moment?
Sure.
Okay. And I want your take on it. So he brought something up that I thought was like a really good way to put it, which is military officials, military people, right? Veterans will often come back and they say, talk about why they fought, right? Why they served. And oftentimes you'll hear Republicans be like, I died for that flag. I killed for, I did it for the flag. And Glenn's like, when you talk to actual veterans, how many of them say, I killed or died or like was injured or my friends died for the literal flag, to preserve the literal flag, as opposed to preserve freedom, which is pretty much like a cliche at this point. That so I thought it was I encourage you guys to watch that video that he put out about the flag burning EO. It makes me think a little bit like how often the military is used for these political battles, even now, right? The invocation of the National Guard in a way that honestly undermines the work that the military does. There are a lot of people who disagree with what the American military has done in recent years, but I don't think they would ever characterize it as we're going over there to fight for a literal flag or to preserve a literal flag or to make sure that you don't burn the flag. I think most of the people who say, they're doing it to defend America, it's to defend American freedom. And yeah, I don't know, what is your response to that? The using of the military to try to kind of like support this anti-free speech agenda.
I mean, funnily enough, it's just obviously vacuous, empty jingoism, and their understanding of what constitutes like true patriotism is just complete fealty to, in this moment, whatever Donald Trump and the MAGA movement and Republicans at large are looking to champion. They are looking to, crush and subvert their enemies. They do not care what they need to do to achieve that. And I think that this is, I really don't even like appealing to these, like the invocations of it. Like, so you just put in my chat, you died for my right to burn that flag, whether you like it or not. And that is the way that it is. You don't get, liberties are not the types of things that you get to pick and choose and selectively enforce or whatever. And I don't really think that you meaningfully have the right if every single time you attempt to exercise that right, there is not only a cultural pressure to not engage in it, but now there's a legal pressure trying to forbid you from doing it. It completely goes against the spirit of it. It's one of those things that what is it? Like most people do not, even when they defend burning the flag, they will say, you should not, I wouldn't burn the flag. You should not burn the flag, but you ought to have the right to burn the flag, right?
Yeah, they'll say that.
And like that guy who is, even those people, like Hutch said that he was one of those people on Live and Learn. And he was defending that guy who was in front of was he in front of the Capitol
House,
or the one who got?
I think he was in front of the White House.
Was saying, I 100% support this man in this moment burning the flag. Because it's a fuck you. It's
Yeah.
a fuck you to a presidential administration that would try to seek to undermine a cornerstone of American liberty that is, freedom of expression, the First Amendment, and that obviously will include being able to burn a flag.
Yeah. No, I do want to admonish the audience. Just because you have some expressive conduct protected with respect to burning a flag doesn't mean you can burn a flag anywhere you want, or you can burn a flag while you're doing other criminal stuff. So just be aware of that. But no, I agree. And I think that people, and they do this also with like the kneeling at the anthem situation. The American electorate, the American people, they're very like symbol oriented. They love.
I don't like it all because it's a total red herring. It's a total red herring about the whole, like, it's disrespectful, because it's really not about the disrespect. You find the cause to not be righteous, therefore you don't really like it. And I felt that liberals actually cornered themselves into a very silly argument by defending Kaepernick on the basis that he has the right to do it. Because his right to do it is not really in contention here. What's in contention is whether or not you find the cause to be just. In the same way that if I were complaining about the anti-mask protests in 2020, and somebody on the right said to me, they have the right to do that, I'm not disputing their right to assemble. I'm saying this is a stupid fucking reason to assemble, and I'm criticizing it on the merits of the protest. I'm not criticizing it on the basis that they don't literally have the right to do it.
And when they like, I suppose, are disrespectful to the flag and put it upside down, like Alito's wife, I forget her name, but they were,
crazy bitch, man.
You said it, not me.
She is. Do you disagree?
No, she's crazy as hell.
She's
She's crazy
fucking
as
bitch.
hell. The recording that someone's like, it's.
He doesn't. My husband doesn't tell me what to do. I can't wait to fly more flags.
She's like obsessed with flags. But Americans in general, they're obsessed with their symbols. They love their symbols. And you know what? I will tell you, one of the most sentimental moments I had in my life was, it was one of my first starts in varsity for soccer back in high school. And the national anthem came on. I was like, fuck. It was like super, whatever. It was like super rousing, and I'll never forget it. But so even for me, someone who can be cynical, although I think I'm, especially in recent years, like very rah America, rah Constitution, I can find a lot to enjoy or to venerate about these symbols. But the fundamental rights always come first, and the more offensive some expression is, the more important it is to protect it. Like, we don't need to protect very popular speech. Like, we don't need to protect criticisms of like the Taliban or criticisms of Al Qaeda or criticisms of the Houthis, right? Because everyone already hates those people. What we need to protect, right, with First Amendment protections are things that are very, very unpopular. And I think that people seem to be not getting that aspect of why the First Amendment matters, and that it's supposed to be a check against the excesses of the majority. But no, I just thought Glenn said it in a certain way, and I do find it funny that the this kind of military argument is marshaled out at every possible opportunity, when really I think it's a little bit disrespectful to the troops.
It doesn't matter, because when the Kaepernick shit discourse was going down, Lycan's on a panel, and I think he's going up against Rob Noor, who's like, it's disrespectful to veterans. Lycan's a fucking veteran. He's like, I'm a veteran. I don't feel disrespected by it. And then all of a sudden he pivots and he's like, well, not your opinion, right? Not you're the like wrong veteran to be citing. I mean, like, other veterans out there somewhere are offended, even though you literally have a vet on the panel telling you that there is clearly a diversity of opinion when it comes to these things. And for you to act like veterans kind of all adhere to this sort of like, dogmatic opinion on like, reverence for the flag or whatever, you were way off base to think that.
Shout out Jola Politics. Jola, I'm going to reach out so we can restart our thing. We need to connect on the Zoom stuff. But shout out Jola Politics. Shout out Jola. I totally agree. And I think that's also, they do it with like racial minorities too. Like they'll find like a racial minority, call her Candace Owens or something. Like, I'm not offended by that. And that will be representative.
I have a black friend. I have gay friends or whatever.
No, it's just like, damn, man, this EO shit has really laid bare how far, because the Republicans were trying desperately for years to carry the mantle of free speech above everything, and we are the champions of free speech. And like, when
did they, besides just them saying those words, when have their actions ever really comported with that?
I totally agree with you, and that's one of the reasons why I think Glenn Greenwald is despicable, is because he will like lie about the First Amendment abuses under Joe Biden and under Obama, which are like, it's to me, it's laughable. But
Like, wait, what? Like what?
so he'll just say in the kind of summary way, Glenn will, and I called out all the First Amendment abuses under Biden. Like, what abuses of
But
First
which
Amendment?
ones is he talking about?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like in a summary fashion, just referring to it. I'm sure that he could conjure
But
something
he might
up.
have made one that was a substantial criticism.
It's usually fucking Twitter files bullshit. And I get
I
really
don't
triggered
understand
by
why
Twitter
he
files
can't bring up the times that he feels he's been consistent on this principle when you're the one virtue signaling
No,
that.
he's usually
and I
good
called
at-
it Chaz an insurrection,
Hey!
not just January 6th.
No,
I'm
but-
consistent,
no,
but when
no,
somebody
no,
else
but-
does it, you
no,
feel that
no,
they're
no, no,
making
but
like
he's-
equivocations or
I
something.
think there's a false equivalence being made when he's saying things like, all the abuses of the First Amendment under Biden. Like, which ones? And usually it's a shorthand to refer to like the Twitter files, which is the biggest nothing burger in the history of nothing burgers. And so, yeah, but anyway, that's all just me saying maybe there is no single right that they've attacked more than the First Amendment in the first, 9 months? Are we already, or what is it? 7 months of the administration? We are already like past halfway through the first year. Insane, guys. Insane.
2 months away from that, like, Trump baby. You know what I mean? You ever just
What?
think of things in terms of like 9 months? Like a child being born? Because I do sometimes.
That must be, no, I've never had that experience.
Well, because you're a man. The thing is, okay, so do you think if Joe Biden had passed the CO, that they would be upset or praising him as like, oh, base Joe Biden for doing that?
No, they'd all be attacking him. 100% they'd be
I'm
attacking
actually
him.
not sure. I actually think that there would be division. There would be like, I don't usually like Joe Biden, but I'll give him credit for this, for like standing up to, these left-wing Antifa agitators that want to fucking disrespect this country.
I think that they would be attacking him. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it depends who. Like, do you think Trump is going to give him credit for that? Trump has been talking about this
Not
for a
Trump.
while.
No, not Trump. Just MAGA. And I mean, Trump was willing to back off his criticism of Hillary once he heard that she was like, if he doesn't show fealty to Putin and he puts an end to this, I'll nominate him for a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Hannity was like trying to like bait him into like criticizing her, and he like wouldn't do it.
Has there been a single thing that Biden or Clinton or Obama have done that any of like the MAGA influencer class, Charlie Kirks, have said is positive?
Yes.
Can you even think of
when
something?
Joe Biden shut down the border under COVID, and then Trump was like, "Good job," but he got it from me or whatever.
Wait, really?
Yeah, stuff like that, or like Pelosi shutting down the border or something. It was something to do with that, and like COVID restrictions. It was like, oh, they said it was racist at first, but then when they did it,
That's kind of opportunism, and they do it also with
well,
tariffs.
you only asked for praise. You didn't say that it couldn't be an
Okay,
opportunistic one. Obviously, the only praise that they are going to heap upon them
But
is not going to be
it's always
because of
kind
some
of
principle.
it's kind of in this context of a double standard, right? Like, so it's a defense. It's as opposed to like, so what they're saying is it's okay because you did it or you had this position before. It's not real praise. It's just kind of defending yourself, as opposed to someone might say like, I really thought that the Trump administration did good on Project Warp Speed. Now they're going to fuck it up by apparently banning the mRNA vaccines. Have you heard about this?
No surprise there.
Isn't it wild that they would do this? That the
No.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it wild that an anti-vaxxer who works out in jeans would do something as batshit insane as trying to ban mRNA vaccines? Absolutely fucking not. That sounds exactly what I would expect from that man.
Do you think Trump is really sick? Do you think he has congestive heart failure?
I hope, but I can't really say for sure.
People are going to give you shit for that.
Good. And I hope that those same people would probably also give me shit for burning a flag. So, fine. We're just not going to agree on these things. I think I should be able to make comments like that about the president, and they don't want me to.
The dumbest thing is people say, "Why don't you go burn the pride flag?" No, dude.
What is the hypocrisy
There's
here?
no,
Why-
there's
why
none.
do
They just
bring
say
that up?
that. They just say like, "Why don't you go burn the pride flag?" I've seen it happen, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to burn the American flag though.
No, I do not care. I don't think books should be banned or should be burned.
Not even the Quran.
I think you should have the right to burn a book, huh?
Not even the Quran.
No, not the Quran, not the Bible. I don't think books should be burned. Period.
Which book did you like better?
Not even like Mein Kampf. I don't think that these books should be burned.
You wouldn't burn Mein Kampf?
No.
What does Mein Kampf stand for in English?
Educate me. You're the one who's the World War II history buff here, so go forth. Why? And why did you bring up the Quran as the first thing? Question for my chatter.
It was just a question because usually there's a big hubbubaloo if you burn the Quran or if you pee on the Bible.
Okay, well, what was the scandal related to that was because American military personnel were found to be desecrating Qurans, right?
Just like they're desecrating flags in front of the White House and you're laughing.
Yes, correct. But I already drew a delineation between these things, and I see one as a far worse act than the other.
I think Abu Ghraib was horrible.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, this is my thoughts on the flag.
You know, I tried to bring that up once, and you were
What?
like, maybe they can be burned or something like that. I don't know. You were like, play defense for American personnel. Like, I said that's obviously inflammatory to be doing.
What is? What? Burning the Quran?
American military personnel.
What? You don't have a right to burn a little Quran and
desecrating Qurans abroad
what does
while
that
they are
mean,
functioning in the
desecrating Quran?
capacity.
I bought the Quran. Let me burn it.
They were like I don't know. They were fucking like putting it on the toilet, burning it. I don't know, something like that. It was something weird.
I think it's bad policy because.
Well, it wasn't a policy. It was individual American personnel doing this.
A couple bad hombres. It doesn't define the whole squad.
I
A couple
think
bad apples.
if somebody's curious, Mike Isikoff, I think, reported on this. He was a Bush era reporter.
A lot of mics. Too many, if you ask
and
me.
he wrote a book called Hubris, talking about the way that they manufacture.
I feel like you're one of these lefties who would still rather have Trump than George Bush. Wild.
Wait, say that again?
I feel like you're one of these lefties who would still rather have George Bush than Trump, which is wild, I said. Sorry, the opposite. You'd rather have Trump than George Bush.
I was like, I'm crazy because I prefer George Bush too. No, I wouldn't, but I do think that I don't like to see the rehabilitation or embrace of these types of figures at all because they are people who you should hear their name and spit on the ground instinctually.
You despise George Bush, don't you?
I fucking despise George Bush, yes.
What's the worst
And
thing
senior.
George Bush did? Junior. Barty Crouch Jr. Name the character.
Name one mistake that George W. Bush made.
No,
Go.
I said the biggest. I said the biggest.
The biggest? What do you think I'm going to say?
9/11?
Yeah, for doing 9/11. That's why I hate George Bush.
That was my chat. They did that. Sorry, chat.
You know, and funnily enough, I mean, we're talking about like ranking the most homophobic presidents. If you have a president who is literally considering a constitutional amendment to permanently make gay people in America a second-class citizens to quote unquote defend marriage, right?
So you think banning gay marriage is, you think that's the same thing as an apartheid state? This is what leftism does to your brain.
Was that an attempt at humor or comedy? What did you say you were suffering from again? Hay fever?
I'm a little sick. In fact, I'm under the weather. I'm not feeling so great right now. If I'm being honest.
If you're feeling great, these jokes would just be 10 of 10, right?
I think you don't have a sense of how they're landing because the chat is laughing, but you can't hear them. So
they're laughing with you or at you.
So you make it feel like I'm bombing, but I'm not actually bombing. You're being silent to give the appearance that I'm bombing.
That's another reason why I didn't like George Bush. He did a lot of that. Her take?
Yeah.
Her take. Oh, wait. We got let's do a little speed run from some other things that you sent me, okay?
Oh, yeah. These are great.
Okay.
So live and let die.
Okay, Trump hands. Let's look at this. Trump on dictator accusations. I just know how to stop crime.
So he's basically like, I want to be a dictator. I could be a dictator if I stopped crime.
Let's see what he actually says because you literally sent me a paywalled article. Awesome.
I sent you a tweet.
That was it? You didn't want to read the article or see anything that was in it?
Yeah, I just want to be. He's talking about being a dictator.
Okay, that's it. Let's see this.
And this is obviously the very normal cabinet meeting.
Stop by the Department of Labor. Mr. President, I invite you to see your big, beautiful face on a banner in front of the Department of Labor because you are really the transformational president of the American worker.
Your penis
along with
so
the American
big.
flag and President Roosevelt.
Working for this government, for you, is the greatest honor of my life. I tell it to everybody, and I really do feel that way, and I thank you.
You have breathed life back into the profession of law enforcement. Your respect for law enforcement is so incredible. It's making a difference.
This is just such a great opportunity, really, to recognize your leadership as a true
Tulsi.
champion for working people. Well, everyone knows there's no stronger advocate for hardworking American families than you.
Well, Mr. President, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to work for you.
Our country has never been so secure thanks to you. You have brought us back from the edge.
And there's only one thing I wish for, that Noble Committee finally gets its act together and realizes that you are the single finest candidate since the this Nobel Award was ever talked about to receive that reward.
It's pretty great to celebrate Labor Day with a builder who loves labor. The great Trump projects have come from the very men and women we're going into this weekend to celebrate.
Thank you for saving college football, by the way. We're all very grateful.
Oh my God. Don't do that.
No,
But,
why not?
Like, this is
We just
so,
watched a minute and 25 of that, but you're going to call
Glaze.
me out for making fun of them. Got it.
I just see their eyes. They're completely devoid of any light. They're just devoid of any light. Not like that Rachel Brosnahan. When she looked at that man, that Superman, I felt the whole
Rachel
weight
Brosnahan?
of... What did I say?
Rachel Shonanana or something?
Anyway, Trump had a meeting, and that's pretty much what happened. He was just getting, like, glazed by every guy with no light in their eyes, and a few women.
And if
with
Pisco was in that room, he would be shaking his head so everybody knows he disagrees and go, "How dare you, sir?
I'd be like,
how dare you?"
I would say, "Mr. President, sir, what the fuck is wrong with your hands, dude? You dying?"
Got him.
I mean, own.
Yeah, you just that would be you standing up to American fascism, right?
People would be like, "Ugh."
So would you pull out the liberal surrender hands? Under what context would you pull out the liberal surrender hands in front of Donald Trump?
And he's like, "Send him to Sakat, kill his family." No, frankly, I think I said this before, and it is the truth. I would rather die than cast a vote for this piece of shit. I mean, this motherfucker maybe is among the top 10 worst people who could have been elected to office in the country. And Sam Harris says this, I always repeat it, I think it's true. I would take random U.S. citizen over Donald Trump. I would take random U.S. citizen exclusively in a subgroup of...
He's not the first person. Sam Harris is not the first person
Let me
to come up
finish.
with
You don't
that.
get to
And
interrupt me.
that's
Shut the fuck up.
not really
Shut
like
the fuck
that.
up.
Shouldn't be only
I was-
to a
I
fucking
was saying
elitist
something.
like Sam Harris is that a fucking radical statement.
You interrupted me. I don't appreciate
I did.
that.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't appreciate that. This is
I
a
don't
real
give a
beef.
fuck.
We're actually
It
beefing
will
right
keep
now.
going. We'll keep going.
No, no,
Everything
I
you
know
say is
I'm
gonna be, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You just made your mic beep by doing that. That's what you should do if you ever are face to face with Trump. Very, very
You should
effective.
do it. Very effective. Don't interrupt me. I would take a random person of a population with under 80 IQ before Trump. Thoughts?
You'd let somebody part of the unwashed masses ascend to the office of the presidency, which is ostensibly supposed to be possible in this country, even though we know it really just ends up going to somebody who can get a bunch of money from a donor or like
because at least
a political dynasty.
You know, there are some species of monkeys that understand fundamental fairness. You know, you give a monkey a little bit of that. What's that? Is this a vegetable? Cucumber? Is cucumber a vegetable or a fruit?
I think it's a fruit because it has seeds.
Okay, you give a monkey a cucumber, and then you give his friend monkey a cucumber. Everyone's happy. If you give one monkey a cucumber and his friend monkey a grape, they will throw the cucumber back at your face because they understand fundamental fairness, and Trump doesn't. And so I would rather have a Reese's monkey. Is it Reese's monkey? Reese's Monkey?
Recess. Recess.
Recess?
I think that's what you say it.
A rhesus monkey who understands fairness. Can you put on
And
her
that's
take?
your take. And that's
Yeah.
is that your take?
That's my take. A Reese's
Actually-
Pieces monkey. They love Reese's Pieces.
Actually, can we? I kind of want to go back a little bit to PBD first. When he praised the
Okay.
Social Security, the 90th anniversary of Social Security, where he just straight up Trump lies that seniors are not paying taxes on Social Security anymore.
Okay, but I'm letting you guys prior warning. I have about 30 minutes left. I'm genuinely not feeling as well, but let's do it. Let's start with PBD.
This is your job.
I streamed earlier today, and also I'm sick.
You haven't even named with what, but you're sick.
I don't know. Maybe I have a horrible disease. Maybe I have congestive heart failure. Maybe I'm on the way out, and you feel bad, and you won't get to take back what you said today. You won't get to say, "Oh, Pisco."
I will feel bad. I won't have somebody to bully on the regular.
You don't bully me. I bully. This is. We're not going to get into this right now.
You're right. Public humiliation.
We are going to have a conversation after class, and in that conversation, there are going to be some new rules, and those rules are going to be basically set in stone.
Sexual harassment off the charts this episode. You have to see
What?
me after class. What is this? Paternalistic attitude, trying to get me
Holy
alone.
shit.
Absolutely fucking disgusting. Pisco. Yikes.
You went there. Can you press?
No, you
This
you
is
did.
actually
you did,
very
to be
uncomfortable
clear.
now.
Yeah, is it more uncomfortable like being sick or is it just the joke or what is it?
I don't think it was that funny of a joke. I think it was just uncomfortable. Like right now, I'm not enjoying myself. What are you?
When do you
trying to
ever
say?
enjoy yourself when you're doing the stream? It's just an hour of me roasting you. Or
That's
multiple
not what the
hours
stream
on
is.
end.
We're like talking shit about Anna. You're playing into the memes because you know what they say. What they say is, "Oh, she's only here to roast libs." That's what they say about you. And I go on them and I defend you, and I'm like, "Hey, this person actually like agrees with all of our principles," and you're like, "No, we're just roasting libs."
I mean, we do a little trolling of libs and doing a little roasting of libs as a treat.
Well, maybe we should roast some You know what? Well, we're gonna get some clips next time of some commies to take to task. Okay.
You think I'm not gonna shit on the left just because I'm part of the left?
We're gonna take some commies to task. You're gonna bring in your favorite commie to roast.
And that is not fair. So a subscriber of mine points out, because I also roast conservatives. If anything, the majority of my streams literally like half of my stream is like just valuetainment reaction content because I'm so fucking fascinated by everything that they put out. Like I can't stream enough to cover it all, honestly.
So what are our PVD boys gonna be talking about?
They will be talking about the 90th anniversary of Social Security, and Adam sharing
That's
an anecdote
nice.
in which he brags about the fact that he will not allow his 74-year-old mother to retire despite being at a very wealthy point in his life.
This is Iran. Well, let's get to the next story. It's tragic with what's going on in Iran, but it's a real thing. It's happening. Next story I want to get into is
Sorry, I can't take him seriously after his stroke.
Go knock, boys.
This, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. Trump touts tax relief for a vast majority of seniors on Social Security's 90th anniversary. Okay. So when he says this, President Trump's proclamation issued Thursday to mark the 90th anniversary of Social Security Act signed by FDR described it as a monumental legislative achievement, stating to this day, Social Security is rooted in a simple promise. Those who gave their careers to building our nation will always have the support, stability, and the relief they deserve. The proclamation highlights its administration's improvement, including technological advances and a reduction in average telephone response.
Fucked up Social Security. They've basically made it worse for individuals who need to get who live in more rural areas. They've closed off different centers for for some of there's some hearings that you have for Social Security, like when your benefits are in question or when you have to fight for certain benefits, and they've essentially fired a bunch of staff as well. And so it's not the case that this administration has been helping Social Security.
We have a chatter to that put, he had a stroke. What was that joke? LMAO. Let me just get for context really quick. I just need to show your.
Yes, the context.
This was a few days ago.
Go and milk boys and scare the crap out of them. Go and milk boys and scare the crap out of them.
So yeah, this is what we're referring to. Chatter.
Minutes last year to 6 minutes and 80% decrease. Trump claims these efforts ensure Social Security now stands stronger and more resilient than ever before, counting Democratic criticism of workforce and one big beautiful bill. The administration completed over 3.1 million payments ahead of schedule, totaling $17 billion to eligible beneficiaries. And the proclamation notes provisions in the Republican spending package signed last month allow the vast majority of seniors who receive Social Security to pay absolute nothing in taxes on their benefits, which Trump calls the largest tax break for seniors in the history of our country. Rob, so is this him signing?
It's a complete lie that there is any fucking tax break for senior citizens on, or like, sorry, like it's a tax break, but it barely applies to anybody.
This is, and then he praises the Social Security Commissioner.
Go for it.
Brought with him some of the most talented people in business, and they were making a lot of money, but they made a lot of money. They had money they didn't have to make anymore, and they just want to do this. They want to have our country.
This guy's brain is fucking mush.
And that's what's.
What is he
He's
saying?
spoken like this. You are very, like, he has always been like this. It's why it was very, very frustrating for a long time to see people accurately point out that Biden's, was fucking cooked and, like, it did not sound good.
He's walking into the rainforest.
Walking into the rainforest. But the same people would turn around and say that Trump sounds and looks great, even though he sounds insane.
What's happening, and we're doing that in a lot of locations, a lot of areas. You deal with some of the people that are commissioners, that are secretaries of state, secretaries of treasury and commerce, people that were really, really successful people.
He's hiding his
and they gave all that up to
bruised
make a
hand.
small amount of money. They don't even consider it a fraction. You say 1%, less than 1%. That's pretty good. That's a big pay cut.
Okay, so you see this here, and obviously it's nice.
Not
it's
looking
great,
good.
everything that they're talking about, but then when you get your Social Security statement that comes in, and many of these letters, it tells you the account's going to be insolvent by 2033, that it's going to run out of money.
Like, just really quick, just to hammer out how much of a fucking, like, lie this is. It's insane. This is waysandmeans.house.gov. No tax on Social Security, $63 billion in tax relief for American seniors. They go on to describe a provision of the big beautiful bill that does not actually mean that there's no tax on Social Security. And this is not even the first time Trump has claimed this, but it's notable that he was doing it on the 90th anniversary or whatever. Trump fact-checked by own aide moments after bogus claim. President claims he eliminated taxes on Social Security. His own staffer said that's not accurate. Last month, I signed the One Big Beautiful Bill and allowed no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, Trump claimed. No tax on Social Security for our seniors.
Fucking lying.
The president at 79 made the comment while marking the 90th anniversary of Social Security. He has repeatedly claimed that he ended taxes on the benefit program for seniors, but that is not what his law signed in July actually did. After he made the claim on Thursday, however, his own staffer contradicted him on camera. Staff Secretary Will Scharf was explaining for the president what was in the proclamation he was about to sign, where he made the admission that the president had not, in fact, ended taxation on Social Security. It also obviously mentions the fact that as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill, a vast majority of our senior citizens are no longer paying taxes on their Social Security benefits, as you promised in your campaign. So, yeah, vast majority is different than literally zero seniors. As these, but I guess we won't let that.
Typical lefty, little parsing of numbers. I mean,
I know, just splitting hairs, very, very pedantic on my part. As he said it, Trump's top aide seemed to stumble over how to phrase it, settling on vast majority, contradicting the president while avoiding explaining outright that what the law actually contains is a tax deduction. That did not stop the White House from writing on X Thursday that the president was strengthening the program with no tax on Social Security for seniors. See, don't you think that, like, Democrats just need to tweet out bold-faced lies like this to be able to compete with MAGA?
Just lie.
Yeah, just lie.
I mean,
just lie and have the base repeat it.
No,
you draw the line at just outright fabrications and zero truth at all.
I don't think we should do that. It is playing with our hands tied behind our back, but unfortunately, I don't think we should just, like, lie about what's in the legislation we're passing.
What if I told you it keeps Republicans away from winning public office?
Then we'll talk.
As a treat.
Just as a treat.
Part that we don't think about. Every president is afraid of having the Social Security conversation. They're all afraid of it. You know why? It's a big voter base. And if you don't get it, you're not going to win midterms. You're not going to win elections. You're not going to win any of that stuff. But I'm not running for office. Okay. If you're younger watching this, you're going to pay a price for it. I'm talking to the guys that are in their 20s and their 30s. Watch this here. Rob, can you go back and type in when FDR came out with Social Security, what was the life expectancy in America?
Oh
So
my
I'll tell you why I was
God.
pulling this up.
He thinks a great point.
FDR comes out with Social Security in 1935. Life expectancy at the time was 61 years old. Okay, 61 years old was life expectancy.
Wow.
At that time. Okay, 61 years old right there. Do you know when benefits were paid out? 65 years old. So at the time, benefits were paying out 4 years after the average American died. So do you know the first time when they came out with Social Security became law, the first time they paid out Social Security was in 1937. 1937, they used to pay Social Security in lump sum. Do you know in 1937 how many people in America got Social Security? You know what the number is? Can you type in how many people got Social Security the first year?
He sees this as like a feature rather than a bug of the way that Social
Tax
Security
people
was
and don't
first
give them any benefit for it.
introduced.
Paid it out. It's roughly 54,000 people that got Social Security the first year, give or take. Not 1940. 1937 is the first year they paid it out. How many people?
Like, I'll just draw attention to this really quick. Most of the major shifts in worker to beneficiary ratios before the 1960s are attributable to the dynamics of the program's maturity. In the early stages of the program, many paid in and few received benefits, and the revenue collected greatly exceeded the benefits being paid out. What appeared to be the program's advantage, however, turned out to be misleading. Between 1945 and 1965, the decline in worker to ratio benefits went from 41 to 4 workers per beneficiary. So this is, if you're wondering why I have that specific fact check, it's because Adam, at a different point in this, will point out that like we don't have enough workers to beneficiary ratios. So by their own research and admission, that program, like the introduction of this program, definitely had a lot of flaws. But PBD is like, look, we're too fucking greedy with it now. Even in the early stages, like barely anybody was eligible for it. Like just completely, like seeing that as like a good thing rather than a bad thing.
I mean, I think PBD would know. I mean, he knows about Ponzi schemes given that he runs an MLM, and so I'm sure he has some
Whoa,
insight.
defamatory much?
Whoa. Alleged.
Allegedly.
People in 1937 got Social Security. It's 54,000 people, give or take. Do you know in 1937, when 54,000 people got Social Security, do you know what the U.S. population was at the time? 53,000 people got Social Security. Do you know what the U.S. population was at the time? The U.S. population at the time was 128 million people. So let's do some math, Vinny. I know you like math.
I love it.
Can you type in U.S. population in 1937? Tom, you know where I'm going with this. Watch this. Let's do math.
I'm right with you.
Do you know where he's going with this?
He's going to say that it's insolvent or that it can't meet its obligations.
If you do, 54,000 people got benefits out of 128 million people. Let's do the math. You know what the number is? It should be 0.004%.
Wow.
So today, what's our population?
340 million people.
Almost 400 million.
So if we apply this into today,
Okay, fucking Vinny, almost 400 million, like way off. All of them 340, 330, like they were the closest or whatever. Vinny confidently almost 400 million. No one caught it.
today's math. So let's take this times 340 million people. To use FDR's formula today, only 143,000 people should be getting Social Security today.
Jeez.
Do you know how many people got Social Security payments? Can you pull up the number, please, what it is?
Presuppose that the distribution of elderly people, like of all age brackets, is completely identical, and that you've not seen any sort of increase in life expectancy, that there aren't more, maybe less children being born or like more elderly people now. No, it's like, it's completely the same, just more people, but the same distribution.
50 million people.
74 million people are getting Social Security checks today. The number.
Can you believe 74 million taxpayers are eligible for the thing that they fucking paid into? Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
It's right there. 74 million people are getting Social Security checks today. So let me get this straight. We started off in 37. Average age was, life expectancy was 61. Benefits started at 65. Only 54,000 people got the benefit out of 128 million, 0.0004%. You apply it to today on 340 million, it should be only 143,000. Yet 74 million plus got it. And if we applied FDR's calculation on when
his
Social Security benefits
calculation
should start, you know when it should be?
like
He said formula earlier, and then now it's calculation.
Yeah.
Rob, can you do me a favor?
Rob,
What is the life expectancy today of Americans?
Like what you guys
Rob, pull up the quadratic formula,
I think
please.
it's 74, 75. What do you think?
I think for women it's like 81, for men it's 75, something like that.
I guess.
Let's what is
72?
More than that, buddy.
what is it today?
78.
What is it today?
High 70s, low 80s.
Not much
What
more.
is it today? 78.
78?
Okay. Do you know what
Oh.
that means?
Oh,
If
we were
use
fucking
the same
right on.
exact
Yeah, men 75.8, women 81.1.
Nice. Principle of Social Security starts 4 years later.
Vinny, pull up
61, 65,
PEMDAS.
and that was when we were living 61. Now you go to 78. You know when benefits should start? At 84 years old. If we use
Grok do Sokotoa.
FDR's formula, Social Security today should start at 84 years old.
People are normally dying.
Look, even pushing back, it should start at an age past the point of the average life expectancy for both men and women in the United States. So, like, no one.
Why are we letting these foreign
Entrepreneurs inform their audience about math
Correct.
and the School of Hard Knocks?
Mm-hmm.
You fucking entitled, tolerant liberal. You just want a fucking handout. You just want Social Security probably at age 40, right?
Who the hell does this PBD think he is? Coming to our country and saying we have to work until we're 84.
You know, this is, you have to, I think you should show some more respect to the guy who once said this, you know? Read this, please.
Nelk boys and scare the crap out of him.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so show some fucking respect.
Why did you put Patrick
But
Bet
by
David
the way,
twice?
no.
His name is just so great. I really just want to have it front and center
Is
at
that
every
AI?
opportunity that
Is
I
that
can.
AI?
No, it was. I wish it was AI, because then I wouldn't have spent too much several minutes making this stupid bullshit.
Body is going to agree.
So hold on.
If we use FDR's formula, Social Security today should start at 84 years old.
People are normally dying around
But
78.
by the way, nobody is going to agree.
Even Vinny is like, I don't know, man. Patty, I don't know about this one. Like, it's a little harsh.
Kind of seems dumb.
No way.
Because no one's going to get elected, except for the youth. If you're in your 20s,
Like, at that point, just say you're eliminating Social Security. Why do this, like, 85? You're fucking eligible for it? What?
I'm probably going to die in the next 2 years. They're going to throw me in the
You're probably
gulag.
gonna die in the next 20 minutes. You're so sick, right?
I am pretty sick. I'm just not feeling well right now.
and you're in your 30s, you ought to be campaigning for not wanting any Social Security. But also the debt load is not going to be passed on you, because in reality,
The debt load.
and you're going to be
Oh, you're making fun of an Iranian king over here?
He's a
His
king.
accent?
He is a king.
He's the Shah. He's literally the Shah.
Would you rather be on PBD or her take? That's the tough one, because
A
obviously
PBD, easily.
for the clout PBD, but giving up a her take appearance, that would be tough. But maybe we could leverage the PBD appearance into her take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like giving up, getting to appear alongside Lindy Lee. Very hard. True.
suffering the consequences. So let me get this straight. Median income's not comparable to what it was 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 80 years ago, where a lot of these boomers, they were able to buy a house and pay it off within 8, 10, 12 years. By 22, 23, 25 years old, they had a house.
How are
That's the case today.
30,000 people
Your
watching
income was able to
this?
give you a decent.
What do you mean 30,000? This says 430,000.
He's just like-
438,000 likes.
Okay. Well, he streams to 30,000 people.
Oh, that's his concurrence?
You think it's botted?
No, I'm sure that. Well, I don't know, honestly. They seem to get, almost 2,000 comments on something with 438,000. That seems right.
You can bot comments now.
You can, but I don't think that they're doing that here.
Okay.
0 bots. Please get Adam out of this podcast. He will be the reason of your downfall if you don't react. That
They
seems like an
hate
authentic
him.
comment to me.
They totally hate him.
Truly a room full of imbeciles. Needed this. This podcast would be so much better without Adam. He brings nothing to the
Yo,
table.
I love when
Yeah.
the boys say, "Fuck, I needed this." You know, when they're like about to hang out. You wouldn't know. That's like a guy thing.
Life, not today, on the backs of what? So now they'll say it's the billionaire's fault. It's the rich man's fault. No, it's called, out of all the money that America gets in taxes, which is roughly $4.9 trillion of revenue that comes in, tax revenue that comes in. Do you know what percentage is used for entitlement programs? 68% of that income is used for entitlement programs. Let me explain to you what this means. You make $490,000 a year. You're rich. You're doing very good for yourself. Your parents guilt trip you on paying 70% of your $490,000 every year to your cousins, to your siblings,
To your 80-year-old cousins.
This is the logic of government. This is how taxation works. Like, let's pretend you make, what was it, $420,000 a year, and you're expected to,
What the
for whatever,
fuck?
70 So 70, you have to give up 70% of your revenue to your other family members. This somehow, and this analogy mirrors taxation in some way.
Your grandparents, to your aunts, to your uncles, they guilt trip you. But mom, I worked hard for this 490. Doesn't matter. Give it to your cousins. Give it to your uncles. Give it to your aunts. Are you kidding me? Yes. I worked so hard to make 490. Let's take 400.
I think you meant, are you kidding me? No.
His brain isn't doing so hot.
$190,000 of income times 0.68. $333,000 of it should be given to your friends and family. Do you think that's a good idea? If you don't think that's a good idea, why should it be a good idea for 20-year-olds? And
then we're also just pretending like taxation is when it's not like tax brackets, like it's every dollar after whatever. It's like literally they take the government takes 70% of your fucking money.
That's the best
30-year-olds that are sitting there saying, what's going to happen with this if the account's going to deplete in 2033, 2035? Are we going to keep adding this? 40 trillion debt, 50 trillion debt. Do you know what our told unpaid commitments we have in debt? Not national debt. Our national debt is what, roughly? Right? $38 trillion. Our national debt is $38 trillion. What is our total? Yeah, national debt clock will say what? Let's look at this here. $37.2 trillion.
Yeah.
But what is our complete
the Doge clock
debt that we have to all the programs combined? Right there, what's on the side?
Probably
It's on the side,
100 trillion.
right there, it's $105 trillion.
Yep.
Wow. And that's our commitment to Social Security. Commitment.
Like what this deluge of counters is supposed to do for you. I'm sure I don't know.
Hey, I'm about to pass out. I gotta go. I'm sick. Everyone, I'm raiding in Twitch to Aaron. We're redirecting on YouTube to Aaron. She's gonna help you out. We'll get back to.
He's abandoning me.
I've abandoned my child.
Liberals
I've abandoned my child. You know that movie?
I'm your child now.
No.
See, I clocked you right with the paternalistic attitude. I fucking told you.
Stop. This is weird. But thank you so much, guys. We'll stay in contact, and Aaron and I will probably do another episode sometime next week. But yeah, stay cool. Oh, we got a logo coming. Bye.